gain, nigga that like not gain weight, the nigga that lost weight, lifted weights or some shit doing with some weight.
So he big as hell now.
Man, that nigga got muscles and shit, man. So he ain't bullshit this time.
I like red balls, my type, light skin, next night, hello.
GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic.
I like red balls, my type, light skin, next night, hello.
GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Y'all know the deal, man. Like and share, like and share, like and share. So get this thing out everywhere. There's anywhere in the world you could be, but just hope you right here with me, the BABG OG. And I appreciate y'all pull up on me, man. And today, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get this thing started the right way. You feel me? Everybody been talking about this stuff, man. It was out of reposado, so I got the añejo. Okay. Got the añejo. Right. So, as you can see, brand new. Let's go ahead and get this up off of there. Where it is right there. Go and get that thing up off of there. Peel it back. And let's see, man. Great aroma. It's Sunday, man. It's Sunday, baby. You know what I mean? Have a nice little combo with you guys. Nice little live. You know what I mean? Box presentation. The other ones don't come in no box, but charge like extra work for the box and a couple more months. But let's see. Cheers. Oh, that's good. That's good, man. That's good. Let me see. Y'all can see the legs on there. My cup ain't a little what's there. Hey, man, that's good. Yeah, man. Let's get to it. So, WNBA draft came and went, and everybody had something to say about it. Why? Because Caitlyn Clark, she got drafted. Angela Reese got drafted too. I think she was like number 7 or something like that. But it was clearly all about Caitlyn Clark, and everything from some reporter flirting with her to people actually believing she got a boyfriend. Listen, man. Listen, man. Where the hell Mag at, man? It's a big old bomb. If there's any investigations that need to be happening, bro, every time I see Caitlyn Clark, bro, y'all remember the bad ghost from Ghost? Put a one in the chat if you remember the movie Ghost. Then you remember the guy that taught him how to touch people, how to touch stuff in real life. The angry dude. That's who I see every time I see Caitlyn Clark. I see that guy with either a wig on or like straightened hair, or my strong hand guy. My strong hand. That's the two white dudes I see when I see Caitlyn Clark. Listen, man, she plays basketball for a reason. But we'll get into that a little bit later, man. Listen, so Womanomics part Infinity. The WNBA is still yet to turn a profit, as far as anyone knows. I'll never forget, and I loved when the guy finally snapped. I think he was either the president of the NBA Player Society or something like that, or whoever it was. But they was like pretty much all these questions about the WNBA, and the man had to tell him, listen, the WNBA has never turned a profit since its inception. Since its existence, the WNBA has never turned a profit. And it's crazy to me. I seen women, black women, and everybody talking about the WNBA and y'all don't support. Bitch, how about you support? The next person you hear talking about the WNBA, tell them name 5 fucking teams, and they can't say the LA Sparks or the Houston Comets and what's another popular team? Oh, and the Phoenix Mercury. Tell them name 5 and not those 3 teams. Bet you they can't do it. It's crazy again that women want men to support them more than they support themselves. Then come to men and complain about not making as much money as the men, when again, you don't even support the shit. Bro, bro, you're not making no money in no WNBA team. And then they have the gall to come to the thing and say, "Oh, we want more percentages of the revenue or whatever." Shawty, ain't nobody buying the WNBA league pass. Okay, Caitlyn Clark is gonna be y'all savior for about 1 season, and then that shit's gonna die off too. We've seen it every time. Be it Candace Parker, be it Brittany Griner, be it Diana Taurasi, be it this last girl, the UNESCO girl, be it who's the chick that played for Seattle. No one cares about women basketball like that over here. Nobody. And the biggest supporters are the men. Most of the girls that end up going is probably their dad taking them to go. R.I.P. Kobe. Before Kobe was giving the WNBA a huge push by taking Gigi to the games, and everybody was covering that, and then, untimely demise, right? So again, women don't support women, but then complain about the men about not being supported. All right. Shout out, man. Shout out to Gary S. Appreciate you, brother. Really appreciate you for the membership, brother. Appreciate you.
You're too down with the gang. You're one of my members.
Yeah, listen, Andre, listen. Listen, you hoes is motherfucking keeping up with the NBA better, so y'all know who to throw the pussy to that nigga come in town. Or if you ever run by him in the street. You feel me? Please stop with the BS, man, where you guys just is bleeding heart and you're also concerned and worried about the salary of these women basketball players, bro. It's just not real. It's not there. And the money's not there either. And it's never going to be there. Again, the whole Caitlyn Clark phenomenon matters right now because Caitlyn Clark was a superstar basketball player in a town that has, in a state that has nothing to do other than that. Iowa. Iowa, anyone. Right? Okay. So again, man, once you take all this stuff in consideration, this is just women spinning their wheels yet again, yelling and screaming at men about them not doing this, not doing that, and now turning the racial aspect of it and hating because again, Caitlyn Clark has done something for women's basketball that has been done since forever, since Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner was a big boost. The last big boost to the WNBA was Brittany Griner because she was what? How tall is Brittany Griner? 6'9", 6'10"? Brittany Griner's like 6'9", 6'10", and they were trying to say she could beat men players and play in the WNBA. And it's just like, bro, will you please shut the fuck up? And this was what pissed me off. This was like, I was prime fantastic years then. So I was in my 20s or whatever. And I'm like, bro, I would demolish Brittany Griner. My 20s, my 30s, still now. Like, she has no chance. Like, I get Brittany Griner in the post, bro. It's gonna be a long day. She's not gonna be able to stop me from backing down. Get her ass under the rim. She's not gonna be able to get around me to get no rebounds. Like, bro, shut her completely down. Okay. And I'm a 40-year-old dude that's, you know what I'm saying? Nowhere near the shape I was in my motherfucking 20s and 30s. Okay. So when they say these things, and then shout out to what's the brother from Outkick, Travis, something, Clay Travis, right? Clay Travis made the challenge when the last WNBA team won the finals, and he said, hey, any fucking my pick, any boys high school team versus the WNBA champions, and you know, she had to shut the fuck up because we all know, all right, we all know like how that shit gonna go, bro. You get a lot of pickup players, okay. You get some solid, I say B+ pickup players, bro. Put them in their WNBA men, bro. They'll go. However many games they play, bro, they win 90% of them. All right, not even world class athletes, not even people in their prime. I'm saying like you go to a men's league like at the local, good men's league at a local rec center or some shit, bro. They're gonna demolish a fucking WNBA team, right? But again, we keep having these fucking conversations to the point of where the president of the United States, good old Sleepy Joe, had something to motherfucking say about it. President Joe Biden comments on Caitlyn Clark's WNBA salary, says women are not paid their fair share. Shut your dumb ass, old ass. Shut up. Why the hell is you talking about, bro? Nigga, we at the brink of war. Okay? Motherfuckers are homeless. They laying motherfuckers off every week. Why the hell is you talking about some WNBA motherfucking salaries? President Joe Biden, brother. Shut the fuck up about the WNBA. Because we know your old ass don't care. Okay? You know you don't motherfucking care. You don't know. You don't know your name, so we know you don't know their names. Stop it. Stop. Caitlyn Clark's recent jump to WNBA has garnered all the fanfare this week, but the Indiana Fever star is not receiving the proper salary according to sports critics, including President Joe Biden. Discussions were raised across social media this week about women athletes and their salaries, particularly WNBA, after news broke that Clark will make total of $338,056 $56 in her first 4 years in the league. Now, listen, again, Caitlyn Clark is going to be making more money than the average American for what? The WNBA is not even that long, like 10 weeks. Oh, let me see. Let me look up the WNBA season. So May to September. So June, July, August, September. 4 months. So just for working 4 months total 4 months working. I know they got all this stuff or whatever, but listen, 4 months of work. right? All right, let's make it 6. She's making over $90,000 per year for 4 months of work. I think that, most people would think that's fair. Mind you, the NBA season is fucking 82 games. And what starts in October, preseason starts in October, November, and the season usually ends in June. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay. So that's 8 months. So the men literally do twice the amount of time, twice the work, right? All right. To receive the pay. They put more butts in the seats. They generate more fucking shoe sales, more ticket sales, more jersey sales. And somehow you guys are motherfucking complaining about WNBA women not getting their fair share when, again, they work 4 fucking months. 4 months. And can't get anybody to motherfucking come to the seats unless the tickets is free. All right? Exactly. And Evan Duncan, why? Just listen. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And don't be like fucking Brittany Griner dumbass and take weed with you. Learn the motherfucking laws and go motherfucking keep doing what y'all been doing since forever and a day. Women basketball players will always be able to check and collect the bag over in motherfucking overseas in Europe, European League, usually, right? This is not a secret. So again, and I can't believe that. I can't wait to get to Jemele Hill, man. I'm so sick of this shit, bro. Biden 81 joined the conversation, posting on X, formerly known as Twitter, criticizing the country's wage gap when it comes to women and men, pointing out Clark's as a primary example. Women in sports continue to push new boundaries and inspire us all. But right now, we're seeing that even if you're the best, women are not paid their fair share. The president said, per the Post, it's time that we give our daughters the same opportunities as our sons and ensure women are paid what they deserve. Well, damn, a pay. Shit, y'all motherfucking trying to let the motherfucking dudes come in there and take the shit over, ain't you? Joe Biden is for the T people. Joe Biden is for biological males competing with girls. Joe Biden is for that. So what the fuck are you talking about? These bitches ain't gonna have no job. Y'all let the goddamn Womanomics in this motherfucker. Drizzle, yeah, bro. I was like, hey, man, I was on here last night talking about it, bro. Yes, Evan Duncan, time and time again. And the thing is, the women like to jump in the conversation, bro. All right. They like to jump in the conversation when they don't even know. This dumb bitch on Twitter was talking about a black man, the black players that never supported the WNBA and all this other shit. And like, bitch, do you understand that Kyrie Irving paid for fucking like their salaries or whatever the fuck when they refused to play during the pandemic? NBA players took from their money, from their salaries, and donated money to fucking the WNBA so they could give them, the fucking players, some kind of fucking stipend. Okay? Stop with the fucking bullshit. Stop with the cap. Y'all don't know shit about nothing, man. Y'all don't know anything. It's just that whenever a woman claims that something's been done wrong, every woman motherfucking rogers up and agrees to the injustice, even when it's non-existent. They're not being paid enough. They're not being paid the same. They don't deserve to be paid the same. Okay? All right? Don't deserve to be paid the fucking same. You don't make the fucking money. You don't bring in the revenue. You don't get the viewership. No one cares. Right? So what are we saying? Yeah, exactly, Prime. If the women want the fucking WNBA to get more pay, the women need to go to WNBA games. The women need to watch WNBA games. We know that's not going to happen. You know it's not going to happen. Hell, I dare to say, man, even like, a lot of motherfuckers in college go to, to play collegiate sports for opportunity, to get a free education or, whatever, right? But a lot of those dudes have aspirations to make it to the next level, be it like, the ultimate level, NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, whatever. But then, too, like a lot of motherfuckers don't know this, bro. There's basketball leagues all over the world, bro. You can be a pro guy, just not be an NBA pro. You know what I'm saying? And hey, like you said, Euro League ain't no bitch, dog. Okay, Euro League ain't no bitch. China, but again, man, you can be a professional player. You know what I'm saying? Even not at the ultimate level, the most popular level. Women aren't that way. A lot of these women, man, listen, you're not trying to motherfucking, sacrifice your body and do all this other shit and practice and run and lift. And bro, most women do this shit in college and hey, they good. That's it. They don't give a fuck about no WNBA. It don't pay that much anyway. Hey, it was fun. They paid for their college. Now that they done find their fiance, future husband, whatever, and by 30 they settle down with a family, but they still got a solid jump shot. You feel me? Might have a nice crossover, but they not having no fucking aspirations, man, of playing motherfucking basketball for life or a living. That's most women. And that's most women athletes in general, bro. They're not trying to do that shit for a living. Men, though, are encouraged, and it's the ultimate pinnacle, you know what I'm saying, of the, the modern gladiators, to where you make it to, you know what I'm saying, the NBA, NFL, MLB, all these different things, right? Women don't have that same drive, that same motivation, because no one really gives a fuck. No one cares. One of the greatest female basketball players ever never even got to play a day in the WNBA, but she was too old when it fucking when they finally started up. Cheryl Swoops, they were arguing and say, man, Cheryl Swoops was whooping dude's ass. You know what I'm saying? Let Reggie Miller tell it. Let a lot of people tell it. Cheryl Swoops, not Cheryl Swoops, I'm sorry. Cheryl Miller. Cheryl Swoops and Cheryl Miller, two different people. Cheryl Miller is one of the best women's basketball players, arguably they say the GOAT, right? But she never got to play one quarter or 1 minute of WNBA basketball. So by the time she did that, she was too old, So the only people that know about Cheryl Miller are going to be, actual basketball heads, women basketball heads specifically. But if you know who Reggie Miller is, you know who Cheryl Miller is. If you know anything about basketball, women's basketball, Cheryl Miller, Cheryl Swoops, Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie, Tina Thompson, Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, hell, Dawn Staley, not Staley, Dawn Staley, right? The coach, most, bro, these motherfuckers from fucking South Carolina, I promise you, if you asked most of the people from fucking the South Carolina fans who fucking Dawn Staley is, they had no idea that she was a fucking Olympic gold medalist women's basketball player. They have no idea. They have no idea. Maya Moore, who am I forgetting? Who's the Tamika Holesclaw? Like, bro, this is just me off the top of my head. And I never watched the fucking WNBA for real, but I know these names because I'm familiar with basketball. So if you can't just rattle off fucking basketball names to me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, bro, what are we doing here? You don't even have a name to mention. You feel me? And these right here are some of the women that are all-time great, female basketball players of all time, right? So again, I, as a man that don't watch it, don't give a fuck about it, I don't care about WNBA basketball. I'm not trying to denigrate it or downplay it or so on and so forth. It's just not interesting to me. I tell y'all all the time, I say the same thing about fucking baseball and hockey. I don't give a fuck about them. I just don't. They're not for me. So, but if you say this about WNBA basketball, now, you're a misogynist. You want to destroy the product. You hate the women. No, motherfucker. I'm just not interested in motherfucking seeing women do some shit that I can do just as good or better at 40. At 40, okay? I'm not interested in seeing girls do some shit that I can go to the local. I can literally go to the local high school, buy a $5 ticket, and see better fucking gameplay, see better highlights, see a faster paced game, see a better product of boys that are still learning. You feel me? Yeah, Ugumake, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I'm saying, man. It's just a whole bunch of bullshit. Drizzle Drew, now there's a couple of them do, but hey, and so there's still some fine ones out there now. Come on now, there's some fine ones out there. Yeah, man. Listen, we talked about that ratio. We talked about that shit specifically. I think I saw a super chat. Give me a second. Shout out to my man Hoop, man. Hoop in the building, man. What's up with you, Hoop? Appreciate you, brother, for the 5. Key point: my Houston Comets won the first 4 chips in a row. Team folded year 5. Women don't support women. We all know this. Exactly. Who, like I said, that was a dynasty, bro. They had fucking Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, and Cynthia Cooper, right? Cynthia Cooper on the same team. Nigga, that was like the fucking Celtics. That was like the Bill Russell Celtics. Literally like the best, like 3 of the best all-time women player team, and you start out like that way, who the hell's gonna win some shit? You feel me? Like it was just, and that's part of the shit that killed. That's part of the shit that killed the fucking killed the thing. We already know who gonna fucking win. We already know who gonna win, bro. The NBA lost. The dynasties hurt the fucking thing, man. The NBA, more so than anything else, because you know it's not a one shot deal. Basketball in itself is played by a lot of people, but it's not loved like baseball or football in America. It's just not, because you know what I'm saying, it's a nigga sport. I'm sorry, we just gotta say it. You know, it's for the niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's why whenever a great white hype comes along, your Larry Birds, your your Kevin Loves, your they thought fucking Tyler Hansbrough was gonna do something trash. They thought JJ Redick was gonna do something trash. They thought fucking Adam Morrison was gonna do something trash. They even thought fucking Matt McClung was gonna do something trash again. So whenever you get a solid white boy that comes along, bro, you know what I'm saying? They love them to death because they want to be better than the niggas at the nigga sport. Okay, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yo, what up, man? What's up with you, Red? So yeah, McDermott. Yeah, not, it wasn't Greg. It's Doug McDermott, right? Ain't it Doug? I think it's Doug McDermott. Is it Doug McDermott? But McDermott, yeah. Anytime you get these white boys that come along, man, I'm telling you, it's just, you know, they immediately fucking try to blow them up because they want them to be the next, you know, white boy that can play with the niggas. So, this whole thing of Caitlyn Clark coming along, man, you know, it has it's a give and take, because now you got this one person, this player that's giving all this shine and this recognition to the game of motherfucking basketball, women's basketball, but she's a white girl. Okay, she's a white girl. So now you got to start doing the fucking Jemele Hill shit, and we to this shit right here, man. Listen, I am so sick and tired of fucking Jemele Hill, bro. Jemele Hill has did nothing but motherfucking tear her ass wherever she done went, dog. Just wherever, man. Just constant complaining and constant fucking crying to the white folks. Yeah, no, Bert, no, listen. Trust me in this, bro. These kids nowadays have no idea how good Larry Bird was. No idea. They can never understand it. But yeah, Larry was definitely him, without a doubt, and he saved the NBA. Him and Magic Johnson saved the NBA, and college pretty much used the same formula to get a boost to you know, women's college basketball with Caitlyn Clark and Angela Reese, right? You know, white versus black, all this shit, whatever, you know, whatnot, what have you. The problem is the NBA is not going to be able to do the same thing and have it translate over and following from college to the league like the NBA was able to do with Magic and Bird. For one, you know, I really don't see Angela Reese having the same impact in the WNBA that she had in college. I don't see it. A lot of other people have said the same thing. That shit's not gonna slide and translate the same way in college. She's not gonna be the only motherfucker that's 6'3", 6'4", and she's not that very athletic. Just a lot of things, man. If you see it again, and it's not just me that said it. It's been actual sports analysts and people that are paid, male and female, said the same thing. If you're a hooper, you look at Angela Reese, and she's pretty much, because she's the biggest person out there on the court, so that's why she has the impact she has. Okay, she's gonna have to work against these motherfuckers. And then, like I said, we can't forget the shit she talked. The shit she talked about not needing to go to the WNBA and, you know, whatever, she make more money in college. She's still gonna have a toll to pay for that. Believe me. I wouldn't be surprised if Angela Reese's WNBA career is semi short. Saying she makes it through that first year contract and then she gets like lowballed on her re-up, and I can see her trying to be a social media influencer. Hell, a basketball influencer though. That's a big thing. That's a big bag nowadays too. People don't know this shit, man. You ain't even like what you got. Lethal Shooter. You got Hezzy God. What Cash Nasty, even though he's I don't even know how, bro. You need to have to be good at playing basketball, bro. You really don't. What was the hype? Flight. You need to have to be good at playing basketball. You can literally play 2K and then pick up a ball and talk a lot of shit and now make millions of dollars off of it. So I can see Angela Reese, going that route after her first fucking contract is up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, or trying to shit with the thing, come on, man, come on, stall them out, bro. Come on, man, come on, man. But let's get to this Jemele Hill shit, man. Jemele. Okay. Hold on. See what they had the actual.
Draft went down on Monday night in Brooklyn, and the New York Liberty made 4 selections in this year's draft. We're going to break it all down with 2 of my favorite people to talk women's hoops with, the amazing women's basketball insider and founder of Girls Talk Sports TV, Christina Williams.
No. Yeah, no. So they don't talk about it. Some other shit. Jemele Hill wasn't a fan of the tone being used around the conversation WNBA Saturday, and she let it be known. The former ESPN journalist, contributor to Atlantic, took the X. Okay, let's see where we at. I'm already annoyed by this conversation because for years, WNBA players have fought for more money, and when they were outspoken, so many of y'all told them to shut up or reminded them that how they had no value. The NBA has had 50 plus years of investment, media coverage, etc. After 27 years, the WNBA will not be the current NBA. So stop comparing them. Hill wrote on the social media. Now, Jemele, if you know this, why are you bitching and complaining? Why are you complaining? If you know that WNBA will never, ever be equal to the NBA, why do you keep complaining about trying to get these women more money that they are not earning, they are not generating, they're just not. They're not. They're never going to make the money the NBA makes. Why? Because you don't have the draw. Why? Because the girls do not care. Men do not want to watch women's sports. We don't. Okay? There is a women's sports that we want to watch, but you feel me? You know what I'm saying? We want to watch. It's a women's sport we want to watch. All right, but So again, man, this whole thing where we had this back and forth. Hey man, I appreciate y'all, bro. I got 143 people in the building. Mods, give me a like check. Hit me with all those likes, because I know you niggas is out here stealing. I already know it, man. Ratio, even that. Listen, bro, I might have watched 2 pieces of a fucking Serena Williams tennis match. I don't like tennis. Most people don't like tennis. Most of the world does not give a fuck about tennis. All right? They don't. So again, like, what are we saying here? What are we saying? In America, you have 3 options. All right? Well, 3.5, 3.5. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, in that order. And hockey is extremely, extremely regional. I know they got teams in Florida. Yeah, they got fucking teams in Florida, bro. But nobody gives a fuck about the Tampa Bay Lightning or what is it, the Panthers or whatever it is, or the Predators? I don't fucking know. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. You see what I'm saying? So every sport outside of that, man, is extremely, extremely niche. Be it gymnastics, be it swimming, be it tennis, be it volleyball, be it fucking hell, even soccer, bro. Remember, they couldn't even get soccer to pick up here. Soccer / the real football is the most popular, most famous fucking most grossing sport in the world, because everybody plays it. That's the first sport of choice for everywhere in the fucking world, right? But yet and still in the United States, that shit could not pick up. Could not, man. Could not pick up. I knew it was a team, man. I just don't know. I have no idea if it still is. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So having that understanding of it, bro, why are we still having these conversations as if it's going to be this magical day where everybody motherfucking, oh, the WNBA game is on. Let's all go watch it. No, man. So let's go to Jemele Hill's Twitter and let's see the bullshit she was talking about firsthand. So that makes perfect sense, and I didn't say any of the players didn't deserve their own shoe. I'm surprised arguably the best player in the WNBA, a best-selling author, and someone time put in their 100 most influential list doesn't have her own shoe. Listen, she is not fucking marketable. And now we got to go to this. Let me stop. So let me go to this. Asia Wilson, Asia, I don't know how you pronounce it, but Asia Wilson is the best, clearly the current best player in the WNBA. She's a center, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. She can do it all, but again, no one gives a fuck. No one cares. No one cares about WNBA, and I like Asia Wilson. Her game is solid. She's nice. She's a girl to be a girl big. She's nice. You know what I'm saying? But again, that huge women are off-putting. Listen, large women in muscly bitches, man. Bro, nobody wants to see that, dog. No one wants to see. When I told y'all, man, don't nobody like no muscly bitch, man. I'm sorry. For the most part. Now, fucking what? Jade, what's her name? The wrestler chick? Nigga, she can get it. The Jade chick from the fucking wrestling, nigga, all day. Hey, bro, she wouldn't have them motherfucking, she wouldn't have them muscle for long, nigga. Hey, listen, her ass up, nigga. Hey, she gonna be motherfucking swole up. Yeah, that Cargill, that's her name. That's a pretty muscly bitch right there, bro. That's a pretty ass. Hey, listen, look, man. But let's listen to Asia Wilson, and this was a couple of months back.
You've been on a winning streak since becoming the WNBA's #1 draft pick for the Las Vegas Aces. She led the Aces to become the first team in 20 years to score back-to-back wins. WNBA in 2022 and 2023. Now, Asia wrote this book. It's very personal, it's very poignant, and it's called Dear Black Girls, How to Be True to You. Please welcome two-time MVP, Asia Wilson.
And listen, man, for her, you know, very, very large size and everything, she's a decent young lady. Okay. Again, man, men do not want to see women imitating men. Men don't want to see women throwing elbows and getting rebounds and sweating and bro, no. All right. You know what I'm saying? It's something you should say, you know, for us. Shout out to all my vets, bro. Assholes and elbows, that's what they mean when fucking, you know, hey, they need you to get to work and get, you know, pretty much pick up the pace so we can motherfucking go home, man. Hey, but assholes and elbows out there. Nigga, we say assholes and elbows, nigga. We talking about something different. Okay? When niggas say you want to see assholes and elbows, bro, it's the literal sense, okay? When they talk about these women or whatever, man. So listen, bruh.
So congrats on the book. It turns out that you went for years not knowing you were dyslexic.
Yeah.
See, they didn't have a word for it when I was a kid, but they had a word and they still didn't know.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about being the author of your book?
Yes. I truly feel amazing because if you would tell 12-year-old, 6-year-old Asia that she would be an author and she would write a book, she would laugh because she's like, I have a learning disability and it's hard for me to navigate the world at sometimes. But now watching it and reading it and watching everyone else read it, I'm like, I'm so glad I wrote it. Because I feel like I'm a testimony to it. Like you can literally do whatever you put your mind to. And it's cliche.
And again, man, listen, her voice a little deep. Listen, man. That's you over 6 feet is one thing, but over 6 feet with a voice that's deep, hey, like, hey, man, check please. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Like, Shawty, come on, man. Come here. Hey, let's go to the dollar store, hit some helium real quick, do something, baby. God damn, man. A deep voice too. Jesus. Listen, man. Hey, bro. Listen. Hey. Hey, who this? Who this? It's me. Who the fuck is me? Why is a nigga on your phone? Hey, man. Put Asia on the phone. It's me, man. What? You know how nigga voice be deep as hell in the morning, nigga? Hey, bitch. Hey, I'm not calling her before 12 noon every day, nigga. You call her before 12 noon, you gonna swear it's a nigga.
And we say that, but like this is real. Like I poured my heart out into it, and to see people like pour themselves back into me, I'm forever grateful for this. So yeah, it's a big moment.
Well, nice to see you, sis. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Well, in your book, you surprisingly say you weren't a natural on the court, despite the fact that you were ranked #1 in high school, helped bring the University of South Carolina their first NCAA title. You're a 2-time WNBA MVP, everything Whoopi rattled off. But you describe yourself as the queen of mediocre.
Yes.
Why did you want to share that? And what? Yeah, doesn't sound true.
Why I thought I was.
What did you want young girls?
Winner. You're an Olympian.
You're an Olympian, yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't always that. You know, I feel like, and especially in the book, I kind of tell this story so young people can know you don't come out the womb perfect. And you have times where you have to work through it and you're going to face adversity, but you can always get to where you want to get to. I absolutely hated to sweat. I can't.
Writing. 154 million must be nice. We over here looking for a mill, but Lord, let me get back in my lane. You got a lot of people talking about that, and you say it actually helped you find your voice.
Yes.
How
Did
so?
you get more money? That's another question.
Yeah, that's the other one.
We're still working on it, and I feel like that was just like the growth of it. But I really found my voice because I felt like I finally used my platform and knew that people were listening and encouraging me to continue to speak out on things that I believe in, that I live. And that's also why I wanted to write the book, because it gives people a dive into that side of life. Like they see us in uniform, think we're perfect, think we have it going on, but in actuality, we have struggles.
Yes.
We have to speak up for what we.
Listen, you speak up against some shit in the WNBA, you'll be fired. Old girl came out and said pretty much that the WNBA was a fucking let's see, a lady loving factory. Like if you do not like the ladies, if you are not a woman that likes women, your ass will be motherfucking castigated and ostracized. Remember that? I remember Chronicles did a story on that because one of the ladies, one of the players pretty much said it, and motherfucker was trying to get at her, and she's like, nah, man, hey, I ain't on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? She like the pole, not the hole. And they got her ass up out of there, bro. Again, you see what happened to fucking Candace Parker, which makes no sense to me, bro. I have no fucking idea. No idea. But now, you know, you look at any of these women, man, for long enough, they end up being fucking, you know, everybody was felt bad for Brittany Griner when she got caught up in her domestic violence situation where she beat her old lady, where she was the one that admitted to physically abusing her spouse, and then her ass ended up paying fucking child support after the lady got pregnant, I think with twins too. I think the girl had twins, if I'm right. If I'm not right, y'all correct me, but I know for sure Brittany Griner was complaining about paying child support, and then everybody wanted to give a fuck about it. Like, nah, man, you want to, hey, listen. Listen. Where we at?
The black man in America is the most copied man on this planet, bar none. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. How about that?
Everybody want to be a nigga, nobody want to be a nigga. Her ass had to pay that motherfucker child support, nigga. She ain't like that shit. Yeah, man. Lady loving league, bro. Yup. Listen, man. So yeah, come on, Asia. What are we talking about here? And I think Asia had run in with somebody here. I think it was an NBA player or a player, to where she had words back and forth exchanging. She was trying to embarrass the dude or some shit. But yeah, man, like, bro, y'all come out as motherfucking super fucking feminists, and y'all hate the fuck out of men, like literally to the point of where, hey,
believe in, because we have to be on platforms like this, because a lot of people don't see me like that. And I always say, if you can see her, you can be her. Representation matters. We have to be seen in these spaces, getting a seat at the table. So doing that as a young rookie, it kind of opened up a whole nother door for me that I'm like, okay, no, wait, people are listening to me. So let me talk a little something since I got their attention. So yeah, that was a big moment for Asia.
Well, Asia, you mentioned struggles, and you've been really open about your struggles with anxiety and depression. And you had a hard time after losing your grandma and experienced your first panic attack after winning MVP in 2020. Why was it so important for you to share those specific hardships?
Because I feel like it's taboo, particularly in the Black community. I feel like it's something, one of those things where it's like, oh, nothing's wrong with you, girl, go lay down. And it's like, no, something's wrong with me.
Right.
And being okay with saying that, I don't feel good, feel those feelings out. And like I said, a lot of people may see me on the court and they're like, she's wonderful at what she does. And granted, I am, you know that.
and that's that. The biggest part of that was the whole thing about her complaining about the NBA salary to the WNBA salary. And again, man, you stop fucking barking up that tree. Stop. Just stop, man. Just real quick. Oh, because he said it was like a troll thing between the two of them, so it's nothing crazy. Listen, man. Yeah, listen, baby. Listen, Asia. Your stylist needs to be fired after you beat the shit out of them. There's no way that you're going to make a woman that's already, you know what I'm saying, of larger stature or whatever, put her in a fucking shoulder pad halter top. That shit don't even go together. Why the hell you gotta have the motherfucking shoulder pads and then your midriff? Come on now. What the hell we doing, man? And I don't give a fuck about, oh, it's whatever. It's Versace. It's fucking Gucci. It's expensive. It's couture. Get the fuck out of my face. That shit ugly. I don't care. Paying a lot for some shit don't make it fly. Don't make it look good. Get the fuck out of here. Fight your stylist. Well, Travel One, that's a great point too, right? So pretty much the NBA says, listen, in most businesses, right? And the NBA is always in the green, right? No matter how much it goes down or whatever, the NBA is always in the green. Sponsors, deals, brand deals, all these different things, right? So the NBA is always going to be in the green, you know, especially expanding the brand globally. So NBA is in the green. So what the NBA says is, hey, look, we have, you know, X amount of millions of dollars surplus per year. So what we're going to do, as long as we have the surplus staying the same way and not falling down, what we're going to do is just go dedicate this shit to the fucking WNBA. We're going to keep this shit motherfucking on life support. We're going to keep it going, even though nobody watches this shit, even though nobody cares about it. We're going to keep the shit going, and we're going, you know, we're going to just dedicate a little bit of our extra money excess funds to this motherfucking money pit of a fucking league. But nobody wants to talk about that shit, man. No WNBA, and that's what really needs to happen. It needs to be a WNBA person or president or whoever the fuck it is, sit down and have an actual conversation about as to how and why the players cannot be paid more money than what they're being paid. They're already being paid too much. All right, they're already being paid too much. And the reason why is, well, strike. Bitch, if you strike, who cares? No one gives a fuck. You can strike if you want to in the WNBA. Who the fuck gonna care? Nobody gonna care. Go ahead and strike. That'd be your first and last one. That should be permanent. It'll be an indefinite strike. The WNBA limit the players that can bring more revenue and raise the pay. The big name female players must stay in college 3 to 4 years. Well, I don't think that's a rule for them. I don't think it's a rule for them to where, you know what I'm saying, you have to stay in college for those amount of years. I just think, again, listen, I'm not going to draft you. There's no woman fucking college player that's going to be a LeBron. Or excuse me, not LeBron. LeBron to go to college. There's going to be a Zion. There's going to be a Tatum. There's going to be who's another great one and done player. You know what I'm saying? There's a Ja Morant. There isn't that level of draw. So being that there isn't that level of draw, what sense does it make for the WNBA to then draft you? You feel what I'm saying? Like, no, they have to let these girls know this shit. Like, listen, you can come out if you want to, but no. You're fucking a year removed from high school, and you're gonna come in here. You gotta think about it, bro. Even some of these girls that were highly drafted, bro, they struggled. I'm telling you, even at the WNBA level, bro. Listen, that's another level of basketball. Professional level, anything, bro, is like a step above college. Whatever you're used to, again, even with the WNBA, is a step above. So you go to, let's say, 5 to 10% of the people being like, you know, good or decent, to like, let's just say you even increase that shit to 40%, if not 50%. You feel me? So now you just made the fucking shit 4 to 5 times harder than what you're used to. And a lot of girls can't fucking what's the name, bro? I'll tell y'all, another great example is fucking Shoni Schimmel. I think Shoni Schimmel got locked up. She on like a fucking murder charge or something, right? Am I right, y'all? I think, bro, Shoni Schimmel either is locked up for domestic violence or attempted murder charge or something, man. Her story is crazy. But she was the team that beat Brittany Griner in her last year in college. Stop, you know what I'm saying? The upset or whatever. I think she played for Louisville. She's an Indian girl, Native American. But Shoni Schimmel, man, if I'm not mistaken, bro, I think she's in some serious legal trouble right now. You know what I'm saying? And then she already, you know, had stuff going on and so on and so forth. Again, the WNBA, a lot of their scandals and a lot of their, you know, issues with players doesn't get promoted a lot because no one cares about it. No one really knows. But bro, these females be having a lot of issues, a lot of problems, man. A lot of problems. Rainbow Kid, indeed, been on welfare indefinitely. So let's go to this one right here. These quick few words from Jemele Hill.
Week and special guest Jemele Hill. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great, and that's good to hear. Okay, so there's a lot going on in the sports world right now, specifically women's sports. So I just want to get right into the discussion. So the first thing that I want to discuss is Paul Pierce's comments on Caitlyn Clark. So he was on Undisputed with Skip Bayless. And basically the quote going around, I'm sure we've all seen it, but I'll just reiterate for those who don't know. He said, "We saw a white girl in Iowa do it to a bunch of black girls. That gained my respect. I didn't expect that." So there's a lot of discourse on the comments that he made, but I want to know your opinion on what Paul Pierce had to say about Caitlyn Clark.
Well, number one, Paul is one of my favorite people because we worked together at ESPN. I got to know him there. But I'm not trying to come from my brother in a disrespectful way, but he was wrong for saying that. And the biggest reason is that it's just not true, because I know Breanna Stewart is like, hello, I'm still alive. Breanna Stewart, who won 4 national titles when she was at UConn, also white. Kelsey Plum, she was the record holder in women's college basketball for officially the NCAA record holder for having the most points. She's white. Paige Beckers, like Sue Bird. There's a long list of white players that have been dominant at the NCAA level. Maybe a lot of people don't realize this, but the majority of women's college basketball players are not Black. The majority.
Yeah. People don't realize because they don't care. They don't watch it. They don't watch it. If you're not a true fucking hooper basketball enthusiast, bro, no one gives a damn or cares about women's college basketball players. You just do not care. Unless it's your alma mater, your team, the team that you follow. So you follow them specifically for that. No one is going to care. I had no idea who fucking Sue Bird was. Never ever heard of her. Diana Taurasi, I don't remember her. The only girls I remember from college are Candace Parker, first, Brittany Griner, and then fucking Shoni Schimmel, because Shoni Schimmel they did a documentary about her. Pretty much, I think it was like growing up on the Reds or something. You know what I'm saying? And then she ended up beating Brittany Griner in the national championship. So again, what I'm telling you, and I am a hooper to the fucking bone, bro. I'm a hooper to the motherfucking soul. All right, basketball. If again, if I could do anything for the rest of my life, every day, whatever, bro, it would be basketball. So trust and believe me, if I don't know, I promise you, casual motherfuckers don't know and don't give a fuck and don't care. Not at all. Just saying. That's the problem. So no, nobody lied. No one said some shit. Is whatever. He's just telling the honest truth that women hate to motherfucking admit. Men do not care, and most women do not care either. It's actually more women that don't care than the men that don't care, to be honest with you. Because again, we know men support the WNBA the most.
Are still white. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the number of Black women who play women's college basketball is somewhere between 35 and 38%. So the majority, it's still not us. And that, I understood what Paul Pierce was trying to say. For a lot of men, especially men who, let's be honest, who probably don't watch as regularly as they do watch men's college basketball or even the NBA, they don't understand the infinite leap in skill set that has happened over the last 30 years in particular. Like my first professional year as a reporter was 1997. And it was during that time that the WNBA started. My first sort of beat was covering women's college basketball. And just me seeing the evolution of talent, the skill, the athleticism, the style, the flair. Like Caitlyn Clark plays with a certain style that, she's Steph Curry. She's Steph Curry 2.0. That's what she is, launching the long threes. She's an excellent passer and playmaker. I think that's also another component to her game. There's a lot of men who have never seen her play this way, but the game itself has been moving in that direction for a long time. It's just that now they're more aware of it. So I think it's both.
And again, the problem with that is we can still go to your local high school or your local fucking rec center for any given fucking day and see a better AU game, a better high school basketball game. Yeah, depending on, you know what I'm saying, and it's just the real, man. It's just the real. What are we saying? What are we saying?
To more of his lack of awareness than it did to what he was actually saying, because a white woman being able to dominate or being considered one of the best players in NCAA college basketball is certainly not new at all. So it's just that now we're seeing a phenomenon unlike most people have seen before in Caitlyn Clark.
Yeah, like I agree. And I think a lot more people, like you kind of said, are tapping into women's sports. So I think I'm not going to say necessarily they're not paying attention, but it's just like, okay, I know Caitlyn Clark and I know Angel Reese. These are two I'm going to comment on and make opinions on. It's like still getting into watching the game, understanding the players and what they do and like them showing their talents. When people see quotes like that, they're running with it. And it's just, I think it's good that men are starting to tap into women's sports, but I just think taking a little bit more time to just,
well, that's what things have. Yeah, that's what things have to elevate is in commentary and media framing. And because women's sports, especially women's basketball, for so long has been underserved, underinvested, underreported, that you can tell based off the commentary who's been watching the game and who hasn't. And I think one of the next steps is that the media, both former male athletes, I should say, be very specific about that, and in terms of what media companies are doing and how they cover women's sports and women's basketball, is that has got to elevate. That has got to be. This is now that they have something that they consider to be quote worth covering. Now we're seeing their deficiency and like why it's going to be very necessary that they add more former women's college basketball players or more women's players in general, like why they add them more to the commentary mix, why the media framing of certain issues and certain players has to change. That's why Caitlyn Clark was in this GOAT conversation. Meanwhile, if you listen to what Rebecca Lobo has said, Chiney Ogwumike, I consider myself to be somebody who's been pretty well versed in women's college basketball for the last 20 plus years. Like, we understand where she fits in the hierarchy. That's not to say that we're perfectly correct, but there are a lot of new fans just now chiming in. They're like, oh, this is the greatest I've ever seen. I was like, gather around the campfire, kids. Let me tell you a story about a woman named Cheryl Miller. Okay, or and that's no disrespect.
And again, that's what I'm saying, man. So again, you cannot expect people to have your prowess when, again, like you said, this is where you started out at. Okay, this is where you started out at. So you can't expect, especially now, like I told you, Penny Hardaway has had the show, like Penny Hardaway is recruiting and fucking having players play for him that have no idea that he was one of the motherfucking baddest motherfuckers to ever touch a basketball in life. Crazy. Penny Hardaway, a man who still has one of the most successful fucking signature shoe lines, you know what I'm saying, in Nike history. One of the longest running motherfucking Nike signature athletes. And he has students that don't. So when you say, well, you like this, well, these people just don't know. Yeah, of course they don't know. They don't know about the men, Jamal Mashburn, hell, Tim Hardaway, hell, Reggie Miller. A lot of people don't know how good fucking Reggie Miller was. You know what I'm saying? It's Taylor, fucking you know what I mean? You have to know these people, bro. You say Dominique Wilkins, nobody under the age of 30 know who that is. Larry Bird, motherfuckers will argue you down. Oh, Larry Bird wasn't. Oh, like we were saying earlier, bro. A young motherfucker, man. Larry Bird wasn't shit, man. That old sorry ass white boy with a mustache and a mullet. Shit. Listen, bro. Larry Bird ripped your motherfucking pockets out, bro. Sold them motherfuckers back on and rip them off again. All right. That was a bad motherfucker, bro. All-time talent. But again, like you said, man, it's just errors and shit. So motherfuckers don't know. So we're saying these things about, well, men doing this and men that, Paul Pierce has the right to fucking say it. Paul Pierce, again, one of the all-time great first ballot Hall of Famer fucking NBA player. Jemele Hill, he outranks you. Whatever fucking Paul Pierce has to say, I take his word over yours. I don't give a fuck about you being a journalist. I don't give a fuck about how many years you've been doing this and talking about it, so on and so forth. Whatever Paul Pierce has to say about the game of basketball, it outweighs yours. He's done it at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? But let me see. Where is this? Okay, hold on a minute. Now I gotta go to everything. And here we go. So now we back to Jemele Hill because she was hating on Caitlyn Clark. So as we know, Jemele can't resist the these white people this, these white people that, right? So after the news is that Nike was prepared to sign Caitlyn Clark to a alleged 8-figure deal, right? Which again, I promise you, that shit is gonna motherfucking fall too. All right. Signing her to an 8-figure deal, I don't even believe that. There's no fucking way. No way. I don't give a fuck how much an 8-figure deal for a women's basketball player, bro. That's literally just pissing fucking money in the wind. All right. For all y'all, that 7 figures is $1 million. So 8 figures would be at least $10 million. There's no fucking way. Okay? None. Out of all the fucking women that have had, and shout out to my shoe heads, man. Cheryl Swoops was the first woman, black woman at that, to have her own signature line and signature shoe. Okay, that shit only lasted for so long. Because again, you're targeting a already limited market when you're selling a woman's product in sports. Okay, most women don't play sports. Majority of women don't care about sports. They don't relate to sports. They're not interested in sports. So when you do this thing, like even in Serena Williams has had specifically her own shoe line, and she had her own versions of Air Force Ones and things like that. And you know what they ended up in? Fucking outlet. Greatest women's tennis player of all time, and yet still no one gave a fuck about her enough to fucking buy her signature line or the fucking special editions that they had, to her. Just telling you. So that's why I say when you do this shit, man, like I don't even believe this. Whoever's saying this is definitely got a zero in the wrong place, or Nike's just trolling. I don't even. It's beyond trolling, bro. 8 figures is crazy for a female fucking athlete. No, I'm telling you, this is how this shit is gonna go with Caitlyn Clark. Caitlyn Clark's not even gonna be spoken of, okay, within the next 2 years. You won't hear her name unless she's in some type of scandal or some type of situation or whatever. In 2 years, you will not even hear the name fucking Caitlyn Clark in a 365-day fucking what's name outside of, like, I guess the WNBA season. I promise you that. Okay? I promise you. They already talking about, hey, they had to rent a bigger arena or something. Listen, that shit's gonna die down too. All these diehard Iowa Caitlyn Clark fans are gonna no. That shit's gonna die down too. It's not gonna fucking hold. But anyway, Isaac Wilson, who is a 2-time league MVP, 2-time WNBA champion, 2-time defensive player of the year, a finals MVP, 5-time WNBA All-Star, best-selling author, is probably somewhere like. And again, why are you trying to compare again? Listen, she is not marketable. Okay. Here are the active women with signature shoes from Nike. Now, you notice who's not here? Who's not here who did have a signature shoe, and how you know this shit's not gonna work? Bro, I don't even know who this chick is. I don't even know who Breonna Stewart is. No idea. Don't know. UNESCO, I've heard of her. I don't even know who Breonna Stewart is. No idea. No idea. I don't even know who that is. So again, if one of the people I heard of, but never watched her play one game of basketball, this girl, I don't even know who this is. No idea. Right? Imagine the money that fucking Nike is losing on their shoes. I promise you, 80% of them shits end up in the fucking in the outlet. I promise you it. I guarantee it. I'll bet my money. Okay. And anybody know the last person of note that Nike had a deal with? Another white woman? That's what everybody say. I do. UNESCO chick, I've heard of her. Like, I guess she was like a Kobe student or some shit, but I don't know who the fuck that is. I have no idea, bro. None. Says she the second best big man in the WNBA. She is? No fucking way. The Breonna Stewart chick? Because I know UNESCO's not a big man. Yeah, they like, bro, nobody no. And it's a bad shoe. Listen, I think the shoe they had, the knit shoe, bro, that's horrible. Bro, your motherfucking foot, bro, you get any type of motherfucking instability, nigga. Your shit is get rolled the fuck up. Yeah, okay. No idea, man. No fucking idea, dog. But anyway, Deladon, Deladon, the chick named Deladon, right? I think it's Alina Deladon. She had a shoe. And I remember it was a big deal. They made a big deal about it, when I had the Nike app. So whenever they were trying to push her shoe or whatever, the shit would like push notifications. And I'm like, bro, get this shit out of my like immediately swipe this shit out of my way. No fucking Deladon motherfucking shoe. And now she don't even have a shoe deal no more. She don't have a signature shoe. Why? Because again, that shit's not gonna sell. It's gonna be the same thing with fucking Caitlyn Clark, bro. The same thing. Cheryl Sousa again. And here we go. Hold on. Let me switch it over to y'all real quick. Before I do it, let's talk about this. So again, Jemele Hill again making about race. right? Yeah, here's somebody is. The NBA's annual revenue is about $10 billion. The WNBA earns about 180 to 200 million, which I don't even believe that. I don't even believe the WNBA earns 200 million. We're gonna check it to see, right? Caitlyn Clark's salary reflection of basic economics, not sexism. Exactly. Right? No one cares. No one wants to see a horrible product, man. Nobody wants to pay for that consistently. I do not want to go watch a motherfucking WNBA game when I can go watch a high school game or AAU game. Or hell, just go to watch a pickup game at motherfucking LA Fitness. Nowadays, what are we talking about? Yeah, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's cap. Let me see. Hold on. WNBA annual revenue. Yeah, ain't no fucking way they're making no 200. Get the fuck out of here. Since the deal was signed, the revenue generated WNBA has grown, yet it pales in comparison to the what's name. Hold on. It's saying because of the brand deals, the stamps and shit that they put on the thing now. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, what are we saying? Projected, bro. It said projected. Don't give me that projection shit. What the fuck do they make? Bro, get the fuck out of it. It don't even tell you. I hate that shit. They give you a projection, bro, so you don't even know what they make for real. Yeah, bro. No way. Yeah. No way. Renting out the arenas and what's the name, bro? I promise you. No. Nobody, you got, it's not even no point in having a TV deal. Nobody's fucking purchasing that package. Nobody's watching the game. Nobody gives a fuck about fucking WNBA basketball. So the ratings and none of this shit, even the advertisement, I promise you, they're losing even on that. So outside of them putting the shit on the jersey the same way they're doing, they just adopted the same thing that the NBA is doing. So what they're doing is they're giving credit to the WNBA because the NBA has done it, and they have revenue return from brand placement, right? You know what I'm saying? The actual fucking shit they stitch on the jerseys or whatever. Like Wish for the at one point in time was the Wish. I think they might have changed it for the Lakers and shit like that or whatever. But you see what I'm saying? No, it's not even gonna sell shit in the. It's not even. It's not even gonna sell shit in the US for real. But yeah, man. Again, Jemele Hill, and then why isn't Asian Wilson marketable? College grad, national NBA WNBA champion, best-selling author, Olympic gold medalist. What is she missing? I'm happy to entertain substantive ideas. She's not marketable. Let's not make this a race thing. It's not all that. Yeah, it's not. And I wish I would have caught this when it happened. I don't want to pick it up again now because I'm, what I'm saying, it's late. Actually, let me see something real quick. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And basically, somebody got into it, but listen, bro, the big man is never marketable. Okay. So the big woman is gonna be even less marketable than the big man. The best and only true marketable big man there's ever been was Shaq. And that was because Shaq was extremely charismatic. He was this fun big kid. Then he was super duper dominant. He was charismatic. He did the rap thing. He did acting. Shaq was fucking marketable because Shaq made himself marketable. Okay. Everybody else, no. Before him or after him, no. Giannis is not marketable. Dwight Howard not marketable. When he was dominating, not marketable. Tim Duncan, never marketable. KG, never marketable. That's why they bounced around with shoe deals and shit. KG was started out with Nike, then he ended up with Adidas, and then he ended up in fucking probably some shit overseas. Tim Duncan, same thing. Tim Duncan had a Nike contract. He had Nike signature shoes, some of the coldest motherfucking posit shoes ever. But still, that shit, nah, man. That's a underground sneakerhead only, you know what I'm saying, known thing. You know, you feel me? Who else? Rasheed Wallace, the Air Force Ones. They had the you know, he never had a signature shoe deal. You know what I'm saying? He did PEs and nigga played in fucking Air Force Ones. High tops with the strap, Air Force Ones. So again, man, you start talking about the bigger players aren't as marketable because usually they aren't fast, they don't really jump high, they're not as athletic. And people don't see them as, you know, you can't be a 7-footer. You know what I'm saying? You can be 6'6", something between 6'6" and 6 feet. That's reasonable. That's tall, but that's like reasonable person tall. After you get over that, it's like hell no, nigga. I can't, like, you know, even LeBron James, man. I'm quiet as kept. A lot of motherfuckers don't know though. Listen, a lot of LeBrons end up in motherfucking in Ross and goddamn Burlington too, bro. Especially anything after, like, I'll say the 10s. A lot of LeBrons end up in clearance, bro. Why? Again, not saying LeBron's not marketable, but just a freak of nature, of physiology, bro. Like, a lot of people can't compare to that. So again, you know, it's scary. You're scared the hoes. You feel me? You get too big of a nigga, man. You start scaring the hoes. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Asia Wilson, you know, victim of her own circumstances. She's an extremely tall woman. I mean, you know, she has a deep voice. No one cares about any of those other things. No one. Y'all say she's everybody's a fucking New York's bestseller or whatever. Whenever you initially, you know, a book, I guess. But outside of her very, very niche market that she's clearly marketing to, what white woman is going to buy a Dear Black Girl's book? What black man is going to buy a Dear Black Girl's book? So her being this wonderful author that's specifically writing to a very, very small market of people that don't have any interest in basketball, that don't know who she is. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, raw. Even Curry. Listen, and Curry is marketable as fuck. Steph Curry is one of the most marketable motherfuckers of all time, and yet still, even them Under Armours, them shits be in the outlets all the time. Can't wait. You feel me? So again, that's what I'm saying. These people don't even understand. The people that have star power, man. These companies lose a lot of money on them a lot of the times, simply because, bro, you know, hey, you have your favorite player, your favorite team. If you're not playing for the Knicks, the Lakers, the Celtics, you're not going to be you know, no one gives a fuck about the Milwaukee Bucks outside of Milwaukee. I promise you. No, like if you're a Milwaukee Bucks fan, you lived in fucking Milwaukee at some point. You feel what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But if you're talking the Lakers, you know, legendary franchise where your dad, your uncles or whatever cheered for them and they were fans of them, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Showtime Lakers, Boston, you know, that's what I'm saying, man. But what's going on, man? What's up with you, bro?
I wanted to ask, like, what is your opinion on because like I was over on like SKC shit, and like he was talking about like the WNBA stuff, and like I was wondering because he was asking like what rapper, because like he was trying to do a side by side comparison of like I, it was a country singer, I can't remember the fucking guy's name, but like basically he was trying to say that like what rapper has supported like women in the WNBA, and I brought up like Ice Cube and the Big Three and Lil Durk that was like trying to sign Caitlyn, and his argument was that basically she should just stay away from black people in general. So I was just wondering what your thoughts were on that.
About rappers in the WNBA. Hold on, let me address this real quick. You talking about Big Dog Robinson? Talking about no, not you. I'm talking about this thing. Hold on real quick. You talking about Robinson? Gotta be. That's the only big dog I know. Yeah, but listen, yeah, see, look, bro, yeah, don't nobody know about Big Dog Robinson and Ray Allen, bro. Most people don't even know Ray Allen played for the Bucks. He was a franchise player for the Bucks. They don't know about that. They don't know about Tim Thomas. No, Earth, you gotta be Earth. You are a hooper or hoop head to know this. No, nobody knows about Glenn Robinson.
That's early 2000s type stuff, man. They're too young for
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
90s, late 90s, and early 2000s. Nobody knows about this shit, bro, unless you actually like, what I'm saying, care about the game of basketball. But hey, to your point, Andre, yeah, I mean, rappers rappers don't give a fuck about no WNBA basketball. Rappers don't talk about anything. The only thing rappers talk about female wise, man, is hoes. They're not gonna be talking about you might get a mention here and there.
Like the point that I brought up was that like apparently currently like her contract is like only like 400,000 or some shit like that, and Ice Cube offered her $5 million, and Dirk like added an extra 5 on that, so it's 10 mil for 10 games, and like the conversation was just like she shouldn't be involved with like niggatry basically, and it's just like, bruh, she's getting 10 mil for 10 games, like I don't see the problem with that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It would have been an ultimate marketing for the thing, but that just goes to show you too. I mean, I seen both sides of that. So it's an ultimate marketing employee for Cube, right? Which he know that fan base that was going to come to that and blow that shit up. Even after she was done just for the one season, they would have, seen that and be like, okay, cool. This is something that's just as good, if not better, than women's college basketball. So you still has some residual effects of that. But I definitely didn't agree with 10 million for fucking her, bro. Come on. I think he offered her 6 million initially. I didn't know about the whole Dirk situation or whatever.
Well, Ice Cube offered her 5, and Lil Durk, he offered an extra 5 on top of it. So
yes, I know it was a 6 total. That's the only thing I knew about was the total 6. So again, yeah, man, I don't see it being more than like gimmicky, because even her playing the older guys, listen, bro, unless Cube was going to tell them like, hey man, don't go so hard, or whatever, there's no way you're going to be letting some girl score on you like that, dog. No way. You're not gonna let some girl embarrass you, bro. Just not.
Well, the argument being made was that basically it would like negatively impact her marketing in the future, like in terms of like
and it would. She knows better. Her everything about her brand building, bro. Ain't no way you finna get out here and play ball with these niggas. Are you crazy? A white girl from motherfucking Iowa, and you gonna play with the niggas she would be hated for life, because Cube is putting her in a fucked up position. Like you said, you offering her that, you hadn't offered any black female that. You didn't offer it to Angel Reese, right? You didn't offer it to Asia Wilson. You didn't offer it to any of these current WNBA players, or so on and so forth, or any of these other prospects. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that was just a lose-lose for her, man. No way.
Two things. I first called in to call Cap on Asia's book. What the hell qualifies as a damn New York Times bestseller?
Yeah, man. Hold on, let's see. I told you, bro. That's the title that everybody gets, bro. Like if you make a book, bro, it's gonna be a New York Times bestseller at some point in time. I think it just comes with being the author of a book. What's your next one, bro?
Oh, I thought you were gonna look up the book sales or whatever.
I'm looking it up. Go ahead. You still talk while you're doing it.
And number two, besides the fact that the WNBA, the reason why it's not successful is because people don't understand the law of supply and demand. Let's look at something here. You mentioned before about big men, right? Nate Robinson, even guys as dominant as Dwight Howard. What makes big men not as marketable as guys like Vince Carter and guys like Trae Young? What makes them less marketable?
Their physical stature and size.
And like the bell just said, highlights. These are Vince Carter is one of the most explosive athletes in any major sport ever. It didn't matter they didn't play on a great team in Toronto. Toronto was a good team. They were okay while he was there, but Vince Carter is one of the most explosive athletes we've ever seen in our entire lifetimes. And then this same fact is carried over to football. There's a reason why the NFL has better numbers than the NBA. Why? There's just more explosive, more entertaining athletes, right? Now, picture this, right? Like DeBell just said. If the NBA is having this problem, right? People love basketball. You a hoop head, right? Fantastic. Or
Of
you know what I'm
course.
saying? Okay. You love basketball, but even you gotta admit, football is a more entertaining sport. Am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Okay, whatever. Well, what I'm saying is football. I'm just saying
I
football is a
mean,
more explosive.
basketball is more visible because you can see the player's face.
Right. You know
You
what
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying?
When you got a helmet on, you only know the number and the back of the jersey.
Yeah, like you said, the NFL is about the brand, about the thing, is about the team and the league, and the NBA is a player first league. NBA is the only thing where it's like a player first league, right? Without a
Right.
great player, no one gives a fuck about the team. And that's even with, when Boston was trash, they had nobody, so on and so forth. No one cared about Boston. No one was talking about Boston. But with baseball and football, the Dallas Cowboys haven't won a fucking Super Bowl in over 20 years, right? But they're still going to be one of the highest value teams and get some of the most merch sold and whatever,
Same with
regardless.
New York. They ain't won a
And the
title since
most
09.
talked about win or lose.
Yeah.
F them. But anyways, so extend
Hater
this
ass nigga.
extend this point to the WNBA. So the NBA. So okay, people love explosive athletes, right? We like seeing highlight plays. That's the main issue with the WNBA right now. The athletes in the WNBA simply aren't as explosive and the game isn't as fast paced as the NBA. It's just not. Besides the fact that women don't watch sports, Shaq even mentioned, I don't know, Shaq or somebody who mentioned, lower the damn rim. Make it to where the game is more accessible for the players, as in they can do more highlight plays, right? Make the game more accessible, and not to mention the fact that shorten the time so that way there can be more scoring and extend the time, extend the quarters. That way there can be more scoring and the product is more fast-paced and entertaining.
See, you talking about doing all this to cater the WNBA to make it watchable.
Exactly,
and the thing is, they mismarket the league. When you label something fierce, strong, and unapologetic and shit like that, who wants to see this?
Well, like one of the arguments being made was that it was that Asian chick, whatever the fuck her name is, but basically somebody was speaking for her. They were saying that like people want her to have her sneaker deal like that, and they were also talking about how women's basketball leagues and like places like Russia and shit like that like are doing a lot better, but like that just kind of means that I would assume that the women are supporting them more over there, or maybe it's more entertaining over there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no,
when they go overseas and make more money.
Yeah, they make more money overseas.
Yeah, so it's not just the women, it's just everybody, period. So you got to think, man, it's just a bigger support for, and families to go out and do something. They'll go watch a women's basketball game. So, that's why.
What's the other alternative for entertainment globally?
OnlyFans.
Yeah, either that or that. All right. But let me show you this shit real quick. So, hey, shout out to Brian for bringing this up, man. Listen, bro, this shit be capped, bro. Listen to this bullshit, bro. We're finna expand it so you guys can see this. All right, so this is her book on Amazon, right? Dear Black Girls, How to Be True to You. It was just published on February 6, 2024. Right? So go down here to find all the truth about it. Publisher, Flatiron Books, A Moment of Lift book. What the hell that is? But 992 pages, and here's the rankings, right? So it ranks, bestseller ranks 6,922. Okay. basketball biographies, I guess that would it qualifies as basketball biographies. Counts as bestseller, right? Number 5. But everybody's a bestseller, like we said. Black and African American biographies, and then women's biographies. Now, what's crazy is, listen, in women's biographies alone, you barely cracking the top 100. Why? Because you said it's for black girls, it's for black women. So, like I said, Asia Wilson didn't even know how to market herself. When you listen, man, if you want to be, and it's a lie that people said, right? But that alleged that Michael Jordan said this. And he was like, well, why don't you talk shit about the Republicans or whatever, and so on and so forth? Why don't you? He said Republicans buy shoes too. That was alleged to be said to him. But what people don't understand is they don't even understand that in itself is, listen, bro, when you're a product, you're a brand, a lot of times you just need to shut the fuck up. Okay? You need to shut the fuck up. All right, do whatever you do and your expertise is, be it ball, be it run, be it jump, be it catch, be it whatever, right? Once you start getting out here and you say certain shit or whatever, you alienate people, and it's real easy for people to get fucking offended. So Asia Wilson has already cut off a major part of her support for branding by writing this book. Am I saying she shouldn't have wrote the book? No, it's personal to her, and it's a big accomplishment for her. Great, but now do you understand what you did for anything else when it comes to branding you? You're not going to be able to do it because a lot of white women go, okay, well, shit, she ain't talking to us. She don't have a connection with us, And as much as these people may be humble and all this other shit and so on and so forth online, and they're in front of a camera or whatever, but they're not fucking with your ass offline. As soon as you make it be known that it's like you black this for black that and all this whatever, anything black, bro, white folks leave the fuck alone. Let the nigga support you, and rightfully so. If you stand up to be this, pro black, blackity black, whatever, hey man, your people should be the motherfuckers supporting you. And like I said, unfortunately with Asia Wilson, bro, again, she's just not marketable. She's not.
Absolutely. Hey, and like you said earlier, you mentioned Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was one of the first major. Well, I ain't gonna say he was the first because OJ was the first as far as marketing. You know what I'm saying? With a
Facts.
major brand, right? And then came along Mike. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted OJ and Mike to be in the political arenas or whatever, like a Jim Brown or whatever. But Jim Brown really didn't have a brand when he was playing. I mean, what shoe did he wear?
No idea. Nobody knows.
You know what I'm saying? But he got into Hollywood and got into movies and stuff like that, and then he started, being an activist or whatever the case may be. But like, I mean, as far as this WNBA, man, it's like, they tried to take advantage of this Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying? And they took it over, and they, all the shirts they was wearing was Breonna Taylor, right?
Yep.
Where the NBA, they were wearing everybody's shirts. Everybody's name was on their shirts. And then they turned it into equal pay for some reason. So they just like totally took the movement over, and then they was pushing all this rainbow stuff, and you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. Exactly. ADS, what's up with you, brother? Go right ahead. Appreciate you.
Yeah, brother. Good afternoon. Thank you for letting me up.
No problem.
What's up, brothers? How's it going?
What's going on with you, mate?
How are you?
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. Fantastic, 1,000%. When you isolate yourself with marketing, especially in this age, right? You have to be cautious of that because you're going to disenfranchise a large amount of your market that way, right? And the WNBA, have you ever been to a WNBA game before?
No.
Well, when you go, it's not quite like the men's games. It's like a couple levels down, right? And so
They don't even fill the first 2 rows. I've been to one.
Yeah, and it's a little, men's games, even a bad men's game is still kind of exciting versus a WNBA game. I mean, you have spurts of excitement, but it isn't really exciting per se, right? I mean, not talking down about their brand of basketball. I respect it and we support them, of course. Those are our sisters, our aunts, our moms, people in, in our families. But it's just not as exciting and just, So I mean, they've been surviving out the NBA now for 30 years. I mean,
oh yeah, the entire existence of it,
Yeah.
And like you said, man, bro, going to an NBA game or even an NFL game, right? Like I said, bro, it's an experience, right? And I don't think people understand that. Like if you don't go to the actual, pro sports event, bro, those shits are experiences, man. Like you said, hey, you're in there and they got the mascot, and then half times, the timeouts, they got the girls dancing or they throwing out t-shirts, and all this stuff is like you said, it's pretty much sponsored shit by local entities, local businesses, franchise businesses, national businesses, global businesses. So, what I'm saying, free giveaways for this. You got people that are doing like, half court shots to win $10,000 or a new car. Yeah, I doubt they're doing any of that shit at WNBA games. Why? Because you don't have the money, not revenue. And like you said,
Yeah.
like you can buy the fucking bowl bowl ticket, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's gonna ask you to check no motherfucking ticket at no damn WNBA game. You'll be on the motherfucking be right behind the bench because ain't nobody at the motherfucker.
You know what's crazy, man? Why isn't the college women's basketball desperate for watchers like the WNBA? Like if you go to a women's college game, the stands are filled more than a WNBA for some reason.
What you saying? You saying college is more enthusiastic than the W or entertaining than the WNBA? Yeah,
Right.
because
The
so
women are
those
more
people
attractive.
Because you look at like the Final Four, right?
Yeah.
And then remember when Candace Parker played for Chicago and they won the championship, and then they had the parade. It was more people in the parade on the team that was watching this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was empty streets.
The
Well, like, part of the
NCAA is
problem is,
backing
like-
him more. The
like, part of the
NCAA is
problem is-
backing him more revenue-wise.
Like part of the problem is like dudes don't want to be honest. It's like why do you want to pay to watch women doing layups and occasional threes, no dunks?
Well, no.
I mean-
So it's all of those things, but it's more so about, like you said, alumni, bro. Alumni and hey, this is our school, this is our team, this is like a family feel. So when you're on the college level, this is like, hey, this is like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all
like
the
Alabama,
sororities,
right?
all the fraternities going to school.
Yeah. Alabama
Exactly.
don't have no professional sports team, but hey, bro, that motherfucking Alabama motherfucking football game, bro. Like nigga, everybody.
And UConn,
bro.
UConn,
Between
you don't have
Alabama
no
and like in
professional-
Auburn, you
UConn
have
the same
several
way,
hundred
sports team
thousand
in
people there.
Connecticut. Right.
Because I got children that basically graduated from Alabama and Auburn, and I can tell you when both them teams come together, you talking about over 100,000 people. You're never going to see that at a WNBA game.
Yeah, never.
You're never going to see.
Yeah, never going to see it. Never going to see it. Like I said, you're never going. They're never going to be able to. And then, like you said, they're only reserve like part of these arenas or things, or make it a big, extremely small thing. You feel what I'm saying? For a short time or whatever. And again, man, you got to think. The gate for a lot of these NBA games, bro, you have season ticket holders, and then you have everything in the upper bowl or whatever, so on and so forth, random ticket sales and stuff like that. You gotta think, bro. I went to the game for my son's birthday, bro. That place was packed. There was it wasn't not even close to playoff season, anything. It was just a fucking regular game during the middle of the week. Like I think it wasn't even the weekend. You know what I'm saying? For a fucking basketball game, and the shit was packed out. You feel me? In a non-basketball town for real. You know what I'm saying? Orlando, it's never been a basketball town like in comparison to fucking LA or Boston or so on and so forth. All these different things. Right? Yeah, Chicago. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying, man. So yeah, when you get the college feel of this, and you have people that are, hey, this is my school, this is my alma mater or whatever, and we're there. Then, like you say, the student section, motherfuckers doing body paint and all this other shit, and you can rush the fucking court. Yeah, man, it's just totally different. It's just night and day. And that's the problem. And the problem, and this is why I say they're going to learn the hard way. Put on this hype behind Caitlyn Clark. It's not her fault, but it's the fault of the WNBA, the NBA, and everybody, the media that's lying to make it seem like she's going to save the day. And I'm telling you, she's going to have a year at best, a year to 2 years at best. And then after that, no one's going to give a fuck at all.
Oh, she's not going to play that long. Look, that girl is already prepping to be married. She's not going to be trying to do that long term. She's not. She just
And
not.
plus, even if she does quit in the next couple of years, she'll still have endorsement deals behind her because of who the fan base actually prefers, right? This is the preference thing. You know, it's different because people don't understand that the vast majority of your fan base isn't black. You might have 8%.
ADS, that's another great point. So Nick, listen, man. Again, womanomics and nigganomics are the worst thing ever. And I'm gonna get you KP. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let OMAC official statement. Then we'll go to what's that? ADS, you brought up a great point, man. Womanomics and nigganomics never work, never pan out. They just don't. Womanomics and nigganomics are just the most horrible thing ever. And a nigga swear you down that it makes sense, and it's just not even worth arguing a lot of time. But OMAC, brother, go ahead, bro. Really appreciate you come up, man. What's up with you?
Hey, like no problem. And I appreciate you letting me on. Look, the simple fact here is this. Everybody keeps talking about the pay isn't equal, this, that, and the other. And you gentlemen have already covered. The fact is the WNBA has never made a profit. The simple fact is nobody wants to basically watch them. Even the feminists who keep talking about that the women need to be there. I've actually watched multiple videos where somebody will basically ask these so-called feminists, hey, can you name 3 women in the WNBA? And they can't even name them. They can't even name them. They can't even name them at all.
Exactly.
And also the simple fact here is this. Everybody's upset the fact that, that this young lady came out with a huge deal. Okay, she came out with a huge deal. The simple fact is she's more marketable. She's probably not going to step in it like the other young ladies are doing. The simple fact is they will be able to market her further, longer, more consistently due to the fact to where, one, she's not going to say anything truly offhand or do anything that's going to embarrass these corporations. Look, the NBA makes the money that it makes because they have a lot of corporations that wants to go there. They want to market. They want to be associated with the NBA. You don't see anybody jumping through hoops for the WNBA. You don't see them jumping through the hoops for that. No corporation wants to basically go to the WNBA, sponsor them so that nobody can watch it. And then when it comes to us, the main reason why the men don't go, why would you want to go watch somebody that probably over half of us can beat on the court? No. So that's not encouraging to us.
Yeah, man. Like you said, that's the biggest thing, bro. You're never going to convince me to, and a lot of people that support, like you said, that it is that reason. Like ADS said, like family members. Hey, if my daughter, my aunt, my cousin, my whatever, hey, plays for WNBA, of course. Hey, I'm going to go support. Right. Outside of that, though, no. Sorry, no. The WNBA game comes up on the radar, and I'm like, hey, I'd rather go wash my car for the day, or you know what I'm saying, go get my teeth clean or something. Anything other. I'm not gonna pay money to see that shit. If I gotta pay money to do some shit, it's gonna be money paid, you know what I'm saying, for something that I get a benefit from. And that people don't understand it entertainment wise, right? So when you pay your dollars for a ticket to go sit in an arena or a stadium or whatever, you're pretty much saying, hey, I'm making a decision to sacrifice these dollars to enjoy this product. Again, man, if you don't enjoy the product, you have no interest in the product. How can you enjoy it? You feel what I'm saying? And that is like 90% of America. You literally have a thing to where you got, I would say, less than 10% of the fucking population that even, attempts to care about it. So like I said, that in itself is just crazy.
Yeah. And also another thing too, most guys don't want to basically go watch a bunch of women dressed up like a bunch of men on the court. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that.
I was going to mention that too. I mean, I might go to a one-off game or free tickets or something, but if you want me to be more of a season ticket holder, I'm saying when it comes to women's sports, I'm sure it's going to have to get a lot high and a lot tighter quick.
Yeah, man. And then, like you said, bro, I'm not interested in that. I think niggas show me this shit. I don't even. Then to me, it's just like, now you niggas is too freaky. Niggas being freaky frogs. Like, listen, bro, I don't want to watch no motherfucking lingerie football. I don't want to ride some motherfucking booties, BBL basketball. No, man, that's not listen. Right? I'll just listen. Yeah, man. I'll go to the site, click on the fucking video I need to watch and do that, man. I'm not trying to be all freaky out in public, man. Some of you niggas is nah, man. I was like, nah, I'm out.
Now,
Yep.
fantastic. Those lingerie football games are kind of good. They was actually nice.
See, Lord, you telling on yourself, brother.
See,
You telling on yourself.
wait, let me get in real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, KP. My bad, man. Go ahead.
Yo, it's hilarious, bro, because like you said, you will support the ladies in your family that go to college and play, because my niece played at Grand Canyon. So, we go to the games or whatever, watch the games. But like, bro, they're not going to get people to just gravitate to the games to watch the games, especially if they're trying to tell the men that would buy tickets for women to go see them, you're not doing enough and we deserve equal pay. Huh? Wait. This is the thing that I think is going to happen. And this is what I think the NBA players is going to do, because they're dumb. They're going to sacrifice more in their bargaining agreement and give some of the money to the WNBA like some idiots. And what's going to happen is they're going to look back at it and realize that they sacrificed way too much to give these people something that they didn't deserve. Watch. I can just tell by the way that the conversation is going, from LeBron James to all these other guys that's running out here with their pom-poms and all this kind of goofy stuff. They're gonna do it, bro. And another thing too is the people that keep making these arguments about going to see the games. I want to know, do they have WNBA season tickets? I really want to know.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't. But yeah, man, like you said, bro, the whole thing of this process, bro, and then poor Angel Reese, nobody's even talking about her no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I try to tell people with this, and she's going to learn a very, very hard lesson. I think out of all of this, she's probably going to suffer the most, because now she blew up a year ago, right? She had a little bit of back and forth this year because of the relevance that carried on from the year before. Now you're a professional. And if she doesn't produce as she's expected to produce, the fucking what's the name's gonna be hard on her. They're gonna be talking shit about her. The same people that's protecting her, saying you guys hate black women and you can't criticize her and all this other shit and blah blah blah. When she underperforms as a lottery pick in fucking the WNBA, now the fucking the journalists have to do their jobs and be like, hey man, college don't always translate to the fucking the pros. And now she's not going to be getting any of that NIL money. Is going to run out. She's doing way too much social media. She's getting herself out there. She claims she don't want to be sexualized, but every time you see her, it's something see-through, it's something tight, it's whatever. And that's why I say, man, it's just, bro, this whole thing, man. Women in themselves, again, bro, are not really meant to be made to be athletes, right? Athletes have to put up with a lot of fucking criticism, bro. A lot of public criticism. A lot of harsh criticism, then the physical stressors of it, all these different things. So yeah, man, I think, her shit is going to burn out way faster than Caitlyn Clark even does, especially like what I'm thinking is going to happen is she's going to not be as impactful once she starts these practices and once she starts playing and people see that. And now, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother thing, but hey, we'll check it out in a year's time, I guess.
Hey, look, never underestimate a woman to enjoy the Victim Olympics. Never underestimate that. Think about that. She literally, when she lost, blamed it on on anybody and everybody but herself. Anytime that you can sit here and say, I've been sexualized, and just as Mr. Fantastic sit there and said, I've been sexualized, but yet you posted it, you agreed to the photo shoots, you agreed to what I think it was a wax dummy or something of her.
Yeah, imprint of your private parts.
Right. So you're going to agree to that because nobody forced you, but yet later you can sit there and say, I've been sexualized. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're not making any sense. So no, I'm not going to. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be on your side now because the situation is what it is. You decided to walk into the situation. You've done what you've done. You don't want to take accountability, but yet you want a whole bunch of sympathy. You want a bunch of people to still be on your side, even though you didn't deliver. So I believe you're right. I believe give her 2-3 years and just watch her fade.
Yeah, I think she's gonna definitely play out her contract. Like the first contract is like 4 years or whatever, right? And like I said, I think for her is not gonna be a pretty picture, bro. I just don't. And that's me with my basketball eye and like you know what I'm saying, just the psychological and public interaction aspect of it for her. I just don't, you know what I mean? Because she came out of nowhere, and like I said, before the whole back and forth beef between her and Caitlyn Clark. Without Caitlyn Clark, there is no fucking there is no Angel Reese.
True.
If she don't have that back and forth with Caitlyn Clark, she's to this day no one knows who the fuck she is, right?
I mean, think about it. As a corporation, are you really going to decide you're going to put some money behind her with that type of mouth and that type of attitude? Any real money? I can tell you right now, she's not. That's why the simple fact is she did not get a Nike deal. Like everybody's upset that I forgot the one young lady who's been the MVP for the
Asia Wilson.
right? Yeah,
Asia Wilson.
Yeah. They're basically like upset the fact that she doesn't have a shoe deal. Okay, I'm sorry, but not everybody's marketable. If you have not built the base, if you have not done the work to make yourself marketable, no company is going to sign you. Look, they did the same thing. Even Jordan got a deal over Larry Bird back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. I mean, so don't cry about it. Make yourself more marketable and understand these corporations want to see a level of results. It's just that simple.
Didn't Larry and Magic had the same deal with Converse.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they was even on commercials together or whatever. But like with the facts you just said, Mac, why is the racial tones in the WNBA of all of all sports, why is it that they always try to go off this racial tension or whatever in this league? Because during the Black Lives Matter, it was all these social justice warriors, Candace Parker, Renee Montgomery, and you know what they all did? They end up marrying white women.
I mean, let me chime in on some of that too, right? Because it's something that maybe it's just my small anecdotal view on it, right? But why come? It's like it's all high-end feminism, right? They're super feminists until something happens. Now they're black again. Now they want our protection. They want to come back under our umbrella. You know, they want to scream this, that, and the other, right? When in reality, that wasn't true to any type of racism. That was more them being offended by your feminist acts and your behavior, right? You behaved improperly at this point. You kind of made yourself look bad. You tarnished your image, and now it's this whole other thing that it really isn't. Now the death threats against Angel, I agree with her. You know, I don't want anyone threatening to kill you. That's one thing we can't stand for, right? In our community, any place, murdering and people, you know, crazy out of control. But for the other stuff, it's hard to, you know, be on Angel Reese's side when she's done some of this exploitation herself.
Exactly. And look, you gotta look at it this way. Black Lives Matter, the organization, it was a grift. It was a grift. All these corporations sit here and basically fell hook, line, and sinker. It did not take long to understand that it was a grift. Anytime
that's where we disagree.
Okay, well, look, anytime that you sit here and have the founders who only got the money that they've gotten off of the deaths of other black men, but yet they stayed, they stayed in their mission, like in their mission statement, that they want to destroy the nuclear
patriarchy.
family.
Yep, the nuclear family, the patriarchy. Yep.
Right. That they want to destroy it. And then later, because they knew it didn't look good, they then basically took it down. The founders was basically 3 lesbians. Right.
Yep.
3 lesbians.
Yep.
And the fact to where multiple of them are now being sued. I think one has gone to jail, but they all decided to go buy mansions in white neighborhoods. And also the fact to where the money did not make it to the victims'
Any
families.
black communities, any black
No,
associations,
nothing.
they purposely
Yeah.
picked all alternative lifestyle things to give money to.
Yeah, and it went to
And
political parties as well.
yeah.
I mean, so it was a grift, and
Nothing for the black man.
nothing for the black man.
At all.
Nothing went.
Her brother.
Nothing went to the
Her
family.
brother and her
Nothing went-
baby daddy. So the only two straight black men that benefited were her brother.
No new organizations, no
Nope.
fathers' rights, no men's rights, no none of that.
Nothing.
No.
It was a straight grift, and too many black people just fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. That's why even many of the older black organizations, even they were like, hey, look, something is wrong. And then of course, when they said something against Black Lives Matter, then here come all the fire against them saying, oh no, you're mad because they're getting the shine nowadays. No, they're just grifting you niggas, and y'all fell for it.
Let me
Hook, line,
finish
and
up
sinker.
here, or if you guys don't mind, I'll jump in real quick and I'll jump out of that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, BLM was a great concept and idea within itself, especially covering the deaths of people from police brutality and different other facets. The problem is that, like you said, that the feminists jumped in and took it over. I remember when
It was
they had
started by feminists.
I remember in Colorado and in Portland, right, when white women wanted to take that over, because remember, white women were saying, okay, we've got it from here. We'll take it from these particular categories. Black women jumped in and said, no, those are our men. Those are our women dying. We'll take care of this. In reality, like you were saying, the feminist movement used us to elevate themselves to a higher position, right? Then it became about LGBTQ rights and then feminist rights again. And the black man got left out of all that, even though we're the biggest contributors to that. So it's more about the women taking advantage of the opportunities versus the ideology of what happened there. Right? That's how I kind of saw it.
And the black man took a back seat.
Well, no. That's not accurate either. So,
Right.
I don't know if you guys are aware of the history. So, BLM popped up with the whole Mike Brown situation. There were literally boots on the ground situation where they took that from a grassroots situation and they pretty much they co-opted it and they took it as to
Wasn't
where
it Trayvon?
No,
in
not
2013.
No. So not Trayvon. I think Trayvon happened first, but that wasn't Black Lives Matter again. Became with the Mike Brown situation. Hands up, don't shoot, or whatever.
Yeah.
So when that happened, they trademarked BLM and they legalized the brand and turned it into a brand, into a corporation.
And then it ran through all the colleges.
Really
so quickly.
Once that happened, then they had a whole bunch of, like you said, well-trained Marxists. That's another thing people don't understand. Listen, bro. When you start dealing with stuff like this, Marxist and communist ideology and stuff like this, they literally teach people how to subvert societies and get people on your side and lie to them and deceive them into believing that smoke and mirrors, right? And again, they play on the emotions of niggas like they've always been able to play on with the whole racism card. Listen, Mike Brown was turned out to be exactly what they said it was. He tried to whoop the motherfucking cop ass. Cop shot him. Trayvon Martin was a totally different situation. We'll never ever know. But niggas never did nothing. What's his name? Still living. Zimmerman ass still alive and well.
There was Eric Gardner, and then what was the dude that was selling CDs or whatever outside the store?
Cigarettes.
Gardner was the Gardner was a cigarette guy that got choked out, right? Very, very unfortunate, very
And then there was another one outside of a store that two cops had him down, and then one of them shot him in the chest. I forgot.
That was the one in New Orleans. That was the one that was down like in New Orleans.
But ultimately, like I said, the coup de grace came with the whole George Floyd situation. The George Floyd situation was the best damn thing ever to happen to BLM. Exactly. 9 minutes of whatever, and everybody talked about it, and everybody, they racialized it. They blew the shit up, bro. And again, it literally got them $1 billion+, bro. BLM made over $1 billion from the George Floyd situation.
And the legacy organizations that we have supported throughout the 1920s, literally, when BLM came on, they sucked literally all the money from those organizations. And even when they spoke out against BLM, they then started getting backlash. And when they got the backlash, they pretty much like, okay, fine. But going back to the original part, the simple fact here is this: anytime that too many of these young ladies themselves have made it about race, look, if you didn't beat her, then you should be talking about the game, either what you did or what you didn't do. She went on, I'm a black woman and this is now going against me. And she just went down the victim, look, she went down the victim Olympics and she blamed it on any and everybody else. But herself and her team did not, did not finish, did not do what they needed to do. She blamed anybody and everybody else. Corporations don't want to see that. Corporations do not want to put real money behind that type of bull crap. They don't. And you're not going to be marketable. Nobody's going to want to go out on a limb for you that way. Or what few corporations that will, believe me, they will have clauses upon clauses upon clauses. She will have no guaranteed money at all. They will be literally waiting for her to stick her foot in it, and guess what? They're going to pull. They're going to pull a clause, and the contract is gone.
You know what industry they need to tap into? I don't know what kind of agents they got or whatever, but they need to tap into weave and wigs.
So you say that they need to do more.
They would kill them
for haircut products, right?
Well, for wigs, weaves, and headbands.
Oh,
come on, man! Come on, man!
No, but seriously,
but Jemele, you know what's crazy?
That's major.
You know what's wild, bro? Ain't one motherfucking weave advertisement for real, and that shit is billions of dollars.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Ain't no weave commercials. These whole
and they talking about going overseas or whatever. They putting Asian kids in college every day. You know what I'm saying? With this weave and taking the money out the black community.
Listen, man, $1 billion fucking hair industry, man. Like you said, these and the motherfucking
and they sitting there talking about tennis shoes.
Listen, man.
Hey, look, did you ever see that one video? Like, there's a video basically going around showing how they make weave, and the conditions that they make weave in.
Yeah,
the places where they make weave at, where they basically cut the hair off and stuff like that, a lot of times that stuff is being thrown on the ground and they walking around in bare feet.
Yeah,
they walking around in bare feet.
Indians especially, Indian, bro. Indians do everything barefooted. Man.
Yeah,
Indians,
yeah.
you get a whole open heart surgery. You get a whole open heart surgery in India with bare feet, with a bare feet surgery. Man.
Yeah.
Ain't washing no hands either.
And then like when they tested,
where's the soap? Soap, what is soap?
and look, when they tested the hair, the hair had a whole bunch of just nasty chemicals, bugs, dead skin. All this stuff is in the hair. And just think about it. If your lady like weave and she like getting the natural, I'm saying like if she like getting the natural weave and all that, most of that stuff is never even tested.
They got to dip it in diesel fuel and all kind of shit.
Oh yeah, to me, to me, weave is disgusting. Look, I've been married for 28 years, and my wife there's no weave here. No way.
Yeah,
No way.
I see what you're saying. Because have you ever seen how they look when they take that weave out?
Shit.
No.
And I couldn't see myself fucking with a WNBA, waking up to a nigga in a do-rag.
No way. No way. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Caitlyn Clark, she's a preference, right? This is what that fan base has been looking for, and they're willing to pay for it. That's what they demonstrated. They're willing to pay big money for Caitlyn to see her succeed in the WNBA. So what I'm thinking is that she's going to get propped up in a lot of ways by the WNBA. You see her win games that they shouldn't win, things of that nature, because she really is the staple point, because this is what people are playing to see. I remember when Lisa Leslie was popular, right? Back in the day in the 90s, right? My sister played basketball in the 90s. So, she had posters of her, right? And I forgot that Cooper chick too. So for me, it's going to be about the fan base and who they prefer out there. And let's be honest, Caitlyn Clark is the preference.
I mean, you got to look at it. It is going to be what it is here. And look, anytime that she's been consistent, how she handles herself, she doesn't stick a foot in her mouth. Yes, people are going to basically gravitate to that. If every time that you have a failure, you're going to blame everybody else, don't nobody want to hear that.
Hey, you know what? Seems like the straight, somewhat attractive women, like Skylar Diggins, they could have took advantage of promoting her, but she's straight and she's married with children.
I think that Skylar Diggins catapulted or was a catalyst to this new WNBA wave of regular women rather than rainbow women running that league. There's never been a sustainable rainbow league in America. So the WNBA is not going to be it. Now, I'm glad you brought up Skylar Diggins. The fact that they kicked Skylar Diggins out, they blackballed her, they pretty much Kaepernicked her out of the WNBA. Matter of fact, shout out
She played for Seattle, I believe.
Everybody on the panel. They
just had another baby.
They kicked her out of WNBA. Now they supposed to care about women's rights. She didn't have access to nutritionists. She did not have access to strength and conditioning coach, considering she played the most minutes in the WNBA. But because she chose to have a child, they did not give her access.
A baby, exactly. Now, Pastor, like you said, Pastor. Now, the women didn't say shit about that. Now, the women is talking all this shit. Black women specifically now, Pastor. You have a great point. So, black women are, they need to pay more money. They need to pay more money. Well, damn, y'all ain't giving a fuck about them taking care of the players first, especially like you say, the straight ones. Skylar Diggins had that kid, bro, and she had to go public, be like, hey, man, these motherfuckers deny my access. They wouldn't even let her in the building. They wouldn't let her in the fucking facility.
Now, why would you not be interested in your most minutes played point guard getting? Look, you have women that do CrossFit that get better prenatal care and child care than women in the WNBA. Agenda.
I mean, if you want to talk about beautiful women in WNBA, I mean, but they're spread out though. Arella, she's gorgeous, man. You talk about, you know, saying Arella, I forgot, Gur something. She plays for the Sparks. She's fine. Lexi Brown is fine, brother. You know, Alana
Tia Cooper.
Who's that?
Yeah,
that left the NBA to go make OnlyFans content because she was a center. She left the WNBA to make OnlyFans content.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, girl she was with the Aces, and then she went to the Sparks, and didn't last a year.
Oh, hold on, yeah.
The one that she was overseas and she hit that girl during the game.
I'll think of her name in a second. Give me a second. She the Australian chick.
Liz Cambridge.
Yeah, Cambridge.
That's a big fine woman once she backed that thing up. She would have go on OnlyFans, then and be the only way. This is crazy. The only way that a regular straight woman could play in the WNBA is that she left it and went to OnlyFans or got blackballed from it by her own team. That is crazy. Men had to step in and do something different. Men had to save the WNBA, and men had to share the NCAA this time because they had regular girls in there. Look, we can talk about Angela Reese's weave, her eyelashes. We could talk about that later. But the fact that she's willing to have a boyfriend is that goes way farther than us dragging her about her weave at this point when we talk about the WNBA.
you know, you make a good point with that, Pastor. I'm thinking this now. Now, this is me branching out here a little bit on the thought, right? The WNBA might be better off with the T athletes in there, with the guys. You know, somebody who could dunk a ball, something like that. You know, maybe they get a little more publicity out of that or something. You know, Joanna, man. You know,
if a WNBA player was good enough to play in the NBA, they would give them a chance. There has been women that tried out for the NBA.
They got washed.
You remember that, right? But they got a shot.
Yeah,
so a man that's not good enough to play in the NBA, can he play in the WNBA? Since we're talking about equality and all this.
Well, no, that's what he's saying, but that would ruin the product. Again, if the minute they do that, you might as well just burn the league down. Nobody, for one, a lot of people are going to not support it because women specifically, I say at least 50% of women are purposely not gonna support it now because now you're paying men to pretend to be women, right? Professionally.
But they let them get into other sports like UFC, boxing, track. And they're pretty much ruining their sport because they're taking away scholarships from real women.
Those are not exhibition fights. Those fights that were men fought women, those fights are not actually completely on the record. Those do not count. When you actually get them to join the league, you're putting wins and losses on the record with a anonymous unisex agenda. We can't do that, man. Like exactly. I'm happy for the WNBA for making this move
to promote. So that man that was swimming, that's not on the record.
What? Yeah,
no, you talking about college? So no, yeah. So you're right. For
Leah
college,
Thomas.
Yeah, but they're now fighting. They're fighting that in college right now. I think well, the CIAA, the like D2 schools or whatever, they've already banned it, and now it's a lot of pressure on the NCAA to do the same. Because, like you said, bro, I can't listen. I don't want my daughter playing motherfucking basketball, volleyball, or anything with a grown ass man. I don't.
And what locker room you going to?
Well, hey,
the same locker room.
Ask Planet Fitness.
Damn.
Yeah, and also like remember her teammate finally came out and sat there and said, look, when Leah Thomas was basically coming into that locker room, had not had the surgery, and even sit there and seen a particular time when he got excited around them. So
wow,
but we're moving the goalpost to men. Let's talk about the SA that happened to these women in the WNBA. Do you realize how nasty and how hard these women was on Skylar Diggins? If they willing to do this in public to her, imagine what they were doing in the locker room to a married woman that had a husband that was trying to procreate and make a family. If they willing to like blackball her like that in public, imagine the kind of scrutiny and verbal, physical, we don't even know, abusive assault that she was as a pretty woman faced in the WNBA. We got to change the culture of the WNBA to make it sell. So they have to start putting regular women out here because there's no reason that a Duke basketball player should get a nails deal from Sally's. When men are getting deals that women should get in the NIL and in the WNBA, that's a problem. So we have to start selling a better product in the WNBA if we want to sell it as capitalistic men. Well, like it basically comes down to this. When you're talking about business, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of time, women do not do business well. I'm just gonna basically put it out there, and this is my justification of this. Women in America basically handle and hold over 80 to 85% of all commercial debt is handled by women. Think about that. Commercial debt is handled by women. That means that they are constantly making bad decisions, often on impulse. They keep making these bad decisions. If you're making bad decisions here, are you really going to be there to where you want them to negotiate a contract? No. They do not handle negotiations well. So the WNBA itself has to understand they need better negotiators in there. But the simple fact is, if you're going to put in the negotiations, then you need to perform. You need to somehow or another change the league around. I would strongly urge them stop being so dang woke. Focus on the basketball aspect of the game. Make a profit for the first time of your life, because to sit here and expect the NBA to consistently subsidize them is ridiculous, because you're basically doing welfare basketball. Well, they did. I hate to say this, but they did White is Right the best way and marketing they could, when they put Caitlyn in that little skirt and a little, they made her look like a girl, but a modern girl, and they kind of marketed her, and she has a boyfriend, right? Middle America can get behind it. So what? She look a little manly. She just been playing a lot of basketball, right? And then they backed it up with the other girl, with the other white girl with the slit, with the long slit in the dress, and the dress on. They made her look real girly. And even Angela Reese, she was looking like a woman, looking girly in her outfit.
Could barely walk in her heels.
You said what?
She could barely walk in them heels. You talking about on draft day?
Look, now we scrutinize, and I get it. We SBN, I get it. I'm down with the SBE, I get it. But right now we need to we're talking about the best for the WNBA, and I think we got to work what we got. We got to work what we got, right? These women are not good in heels. They tall and lanky. They're not the best in stilettos. Okay, we can work with that. We can work. Okay, they're not good in heels.
So do you think the performance is going to improve? Like when you watch a game, I mean, because I don't think too many people going to start dunking. I think the dunkers in the NBA are Candace Parker and is there anybody else that can dunk in the game?
Dunk. Women don't. All they need is that jelly, that finesse. They need to keep. Women have been working on the best skills that are just going to make their game better, right? So we don't need no more Brittany Grinders. We did not support Brittany Griner was dunking.
Oh yeah, and I heard too.
We did not support that bullshit. We need better women with, like, let me tell you, there was a basketball player at UNC Chapel Hill. Her name was Latier. This shorty had handles like Iverson. You remember Latier? She was nice. So women.
Did she go to the league?
Yeah, she was look at Latif or Latier that played for UNC. That short on their basketball team. Shorty was nice. She was in there with Raymond Felton. Her and Raymond Felton both had stupid handles back in the UNC Chapel Hill days. So what I'm saying, they both from South Carolina. What I'm saying is women have been working on the best handles, passing, and shooting is what women have been working on, and that will make their game better. We don't need women to do windmills and dunk. Now we're asking for Joanna Man.
But why? I mean, Mr. Fantastic. Why would women even hate on Caitlyn Clark when she's bringing attention to a league that you guys are talking about needs attention?
She white.
Women,
yeah, that.
Regardless of who, yeah, but regardless of who's bringing the attention, as long as you get the attention.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
That's all. Listen, the WNBA is the biggest. So the WNBA is the NBA's woke division, the NBA's woke league. All that shit that they did, the biggest BLM things, they pretty much tried it out for the Western. And the NBA lost so much money over the fucking BLM shit, bro. Adam Silver came out with an official message saying, "Hey, the WNBA will no longer participate in any type of motherfucking activism." Any type of public activism and so on and so forth, la la la. He's not saying that the players cannot do it, but as far as the NBA goes under the NBA brand doing NBA games, that shit is dead, bro. So what they did was the WNBA, like I said, bro, they're the Rainbow League, they're the racial league, they're all these things. So you can't overcome that. You know what I'm saying? They can't let this white girl come in here, no matter how big she is and whatever, and let her be the face of it when, again, they're throwing Asia Wilson around. Rightfully so, to a degree, right? Asia Wilson, like I said, hey, best WNBA player, hands down, beyond board, back-to-back NBA champion, 2 MVPs, Finals MVP, all these different things, right? So you can't let this rookie white girl come in here and be the savior of the league that the black woman is the queen of. Literally,
see that they letting their stupidity get in the way, because the thing is, she's opening doors for marketing, for more revenue, for more money, and they don't understand it.
Okay, guys,
they're letting fucking bullshit ideology fuck up the bag, the bell.
Okay,
like you said,
okay,
bro.
look,
Caitlyn has a Taylor Swift. Like, honestly, y'all may think I'm exaggerating, but she has the ability, and I'm not even. Forget. All right. So what if she's a white girl? she has the ability to bring almost like Taylor Swift, like fandom, right? Exactly. Like fandom, this cult followers. She has the ability to bring cult followers. That's something, and like that's one thing that the WNBA has never had. Like the NBA has cult followers with Larry Bird, cult followers with Jordan, cult followers with Iverson, even cult followers with Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing and all that. The WNBA has never had well, no, I take that back. Cheryl Swoops may have like a little bit of a cult following, but no, and Rebecca, what's that? What's shorty with the handles? Rebecca Rousey, whatever they call her. She may have a little bit of a cult following, but they don't have that many players with a cult following. And Caitlyn can give them like a WNBA, like a cult, like we're gonna back her no matter what following that the WNBA has not had in a long time.
Yeah, but like you said, man, like again, I agree with you, and I think any man, and even the whoever the PR person is for the WNBA understands that. But when you have Jemele Hill out here, you know what I'm saying, and then Asia Wilson pretty much playing into it, you kind of cutting your legs. You know what I'm saying? You cut your legs from up under you. You know, you feel me? So again, I have not seen in my lifetime, and like I said, I've seen people that I think are better than Caitlyn Clark. I think that Candace Parker is top 3 all-time like women's basketball players, hands down, without a doubt. Candace Parker came in, she got drafted, and she wasn't able to pull, you know what I'm saying, that type of like you said, that draw. For the first time, for whatever reason, I think a big part of it is that is the school she went to. So though that whole state, and especially like the immediate city and all this stuff or whatever is behind her. So, like you said, initially she's going to bring, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, her jersey sold out. They've already got like some tickets or whatever bought for the team she's going to be on. So, yeah, like I said, clearly she can
Candace
be able to
Parker
do that
got
thing.
blackballed out the league because she had her daughter with the same thing that happened to
Sheldon Williams.
thing that happened to Skylar Diggins happened to Candace Parker though. As skilled as she was, as
Played
nice,
the game though.
she has terrific footwork. As far as the WNBA, she had the best footwork. She had Kobe footwork. Her footwork was tremendous. They blackballed her out the league after she had her daughter with Sheldon Williams from Duke.
Well, I don't think they didn't blackball her as much, but at the end of the day, she's married to a white woman now. Let's just say that. So she learned to play the game.
She had to do that to get back in
Yeah.
the good graces of the WNBA.
Yeah, she learned to play the game.
She learned to play the game. She got into the good graces of the WNBA just to commentate. But when she was actually being herself, great footwork, great Tennessee volunteer basketball player, great NBA player, great WNBA player, they blackballed her when she had her daughter. And there's no way around it. If she had to placate into their game, become a commentator, to sit beside men talking about the WNBA. It's crazy.
But she's still playing though. She just signed a year to keep playing for Las Vegas, I believe. But now that you mentioned the blackball, look at Maya Moore's situation. When she chose to marry a man, she never came back to the league.
Yeah, she retired immediately after.
Exactly.
She was still in her prime.
I remember Maya, boy, she had that step back.
Yeah, and I think she won. I know she won one, if not 2 championships.
What was she at? Minnesota?
Yeah, she created a little Lynx, right? The Lynx, I think the Lynx. She created she created a little dynasty there.
And also
you know what's crazy? So just before you go, Mac. So listen, we all brothers, and I'm not a WNBA watcher whatsoever. But even our just general conversation, listen to the people that we're referencing, the championships, and we're able to keep a track of this from Cheryl Swoops to now, right? Just what I'm saying, out of just genuine basketball interest. I promise you, man, if I got 50 women, they couldn't have the conversation we're having between the 5 of us right now
because they don't care. They don't care. I'm from North Carolina. I like basketball. Period. Like I Mhm. remember, like I remember back in the days when you play like varsity and stuff. The JV will play. The JV will play. Then the girls will play, and then the boys. Then the varsity boys will play. I remember like we used to like. Believe it or not, you even seen in the NCAA tournament. You even saw with NC State. Like the guys got hype off seeing the girls winning. So I remember like guys really supported even when I was in high school, we supported our girls playing basketball because like when they would win, we'll get hype and we'll motherfucking go out there and win at the last game of the night. It was like I remember all that. I mean, but like that's also school Like spirit. guys Though. definitely are
Man.
in basketball, even when girls play it.
I'm gonna tell you a great loss the WNBA had was when they lost Kobe. Man, he was like one of the biggest ambassadors of the NBA for the WNBA because of his daughter playing, and you know what I'm saying. And I think that's kind of being a girl dad is what made him interested in the WNBA in women's sports.
Now, here's one thing I want to basically, and I'm pretty sure you guys will remember this. Lisa Leslie, remember when she basically went on YouTube and she basically stated, well, the the pay is not fair. They need to do more. And the one thing that she sat there and said that it just completely shocked me was when she sat there and told the other NBA players that the league could use the money that they were blowing on gambling, that if they could cut back on that and basically bring that to the WNBA, that would make the league better. Now, the funny part was Draymond Green, he basically sit there and basically went off about it. And they tried to give him drama about it. But the simple fact is that league has not made a profit. It doesn't matter. You throw as much money, as you want to into the league. The simple fact is, even the feminists and even the rainbow court, and all the letter people do not support them. They do not go to the games. They are not showing up. They are not buying the jerseys. The companies understand if you are not making any money, you're not making the attendance, you're not selling out the stadiums, why in the world would State Farm and these larger corporations get behind them and start doing big deals? It doesn't make any sense. And the fact that many of the NBA players don't want to deal with the WNBA. Many of them really don't want to, but they understand the heat that's going to come, is going to come behind it. It just happened that she caught Draymond on a bad, like this. She caught Draymond on that particular day, and Draymond decided, I have no F's to give anymore. And he just said what he said. Draymond's a bad example. I think the best example was given earlier when he talked about Kobe. So I agree with what you're saying. So how is Draymond bad exactly? So I agree with what you're saying. There has been bad investments. Like, okay, the WNBA can't make a living off women wearing tuxedos.
Well, I'm going to say this. Even when Kobe was still here, the WNBA wasn't turning a profit. It's been 30 years now, and they haven't turned a profit.
Because because y'all were looking for the right now. They're actually building. What we're seeing is the building. It doesn't take 30 years to make a profit. What we're seeing is the building of a brand. A lot of business didn't create profit in their first 5 to 10 years. And you know what? In the WNBA ain't creating no profit in the past 20 to 30 years. I get it. They have been trash, big trash for us creating a profit. I'm just saying some markets do change. And I think that Kobe was in the process of helping that market change. And I think a lot of that vision to make that market change is still being seen. But you're not going to see it being done with a bunch of women wearing tuxedos.
Well, a lot of those girls was coming out the Mamba Academy, and he had just retired, so he had more time to cultivate a lot of players and develop a lot of players.
Yeah, that was the thing, man. So just real quick, so that was the thing, right? So Kobe was helping the WNBA twofold. like you said, producing players because UNESCO, and then it's a couple of other chicks that made it in there that were, you know, Mamba Ice as they call it, right, or whatever.
And the blonde girl from LSU, the point guard.
Yeah,
she was with Louisville.
So understanding that, man, not only was he, you know, teaching, you know, girls how to play the game, but he started making appearances with his daughter, pretty much to say, hey, look, the future is here, the future is now. And like, Pastor, I agree with what you're saying, right? So the plan would have been for like, hey, look, listen, my daughter is going to learn from me, one of the greatest of all time, la la la. I'm gonna bring her to these games, and when she grows up to be, you know, 19, 20 years old, as she goes to college, she is going to be the me of this league. Unfortunately, you know that she, you know, passed away, but yeah, Kobe was definitely again, that's the biggest help that the WNBA ever got. Kobe fucking doing the campaign he was doing, Girl Dad. People don't even realize Girl Dad, that was really a WNBA campaign. That was a WNBA, that was an unofficial WNBA campaign. I think a lot of people don't even put into its proper perspective. And that was a whole part of the thing what Kobe was doing in order to help build that brand up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He was building that brand off his daughter. He wasn't trying to make, and when Kobe was building that brand, was he trying to make his daughter be a boy?
No.
Exactly. That is why
He had relationships with Diana Taurasi and a lot of man.
So he wasn't trying to make his daughter become a boy, and that is the beauty of what we're seeing with this new push for this WNBA. These are girls that play basketball that aren't trying to be boys. We don't want to Joanna man their league. What we want to do is get them to shoot better, pass better, play faster. And I guarantee
you saying that, bro. Listen, bro. I again, all due respect, brother. I don't want to see that shit at all. I don't. Me personally, I do not want to see it because again, it's a poor. It is never going to be a good product. It is never going to be a product worth paying, you know, a subscription fee for to view on TV. It's never going to happen. Again, I can go to, especially like you say, you from a basketball town, bro, UNC, or you know what I'm saying, any North Carolina, Georgia, certain parts of Georgia, of course, Indiana, fucking, you know, New York, shit like that, bro. I can see a better product in a boys' high school game, bro. I can see a better product in a boys' AAU game. You feel what I'm saying? And the tickets for that shit is like what, $10 at best. You know what I'm saying? But now because I'm going to an arena and I'm sitting courtside, you want me to pay $200, $500 for a fucking WNBA game? No, I'm not doing it.
I don't think the tickets cost that kind of money. And what I'm saying is, it is a market that, if marketed right, I mean, I get it. You're seeing the downfalls of it, right? And we already know men's athletics are going to be great. But what I'm saying is, we can't miss out on the market of female athletics. That's a market.
But what's gonna be the appeal to it? Like you mentioned about the North Carolina girl with handles, you're gonna have to have girls playing like dudes to be able to attract the attention of a basketball fan. I mean, you know,
so a girl,
they're gonna have to play like dudes.
So is having handles only a man thing? Being able to shoot the basketball only a man
Well,
thing?
you compared it to what, Kyrie?
Yes.
You compared it to a man.
If you're talking about
really having handles, handles is a man thing.
Yes, everything about basketball is a man thing.
man
Are we being for real right now?
Hold on. Right. Being able to have handles.
Yes.
Come on, fantastic. Having handles.
Yes.
A man thing.
Brother, the killer crossover. Who? Let's
It's a
walk it
man
down,
move.
Pastor. So, Pastor, let's walk it down. Killer crossover. Tim Hardaway. The fucking the AI crossover. Allen Iverson. The Sham God. Okay. There is a reason why they're named by men after men. The whole sport of basketball is a man sport. Now, am I saying women shouldn't play it at all? No, I'm not saying that. But when you say like the epitome of something, there's never going to be a girl that can motherfucking dribble as good as fucking Allen Iverson or as Kyrie Irving or Steph Curry. There's never going to be a girl that can shoot as good as fucking Steph Curry, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. There's never going to be a fucking girl that can do any of the things basketball wise. Even I would say at a 50% rate of not even elite man, but let's say very good man, a very good basketball player. Let's say let's take the Steph Curry's out of it, right? Let's just say like a Dan Marley, a Thunder Dan, right? Dan Marley, bro, or what's Buddy name now? Tyler Hero. There's not a woman that's going to even be as half as good as him as role players when you're talking about, you know what I mean, like that level of play. And that's what I'm saying. You're going to have the problem. That's why it's like a false promise. It's just a horrible business product because again, you're literally competing with, or you're trying to get people to convince that, hey, watch this too, bro. The fucking G League is doing better than the WNBA.
Yeah.
People are trying to make it to the
I
NBA.
agree.
Yeah,
So,
and
so
also-
but the WNBA, so the NBA could market the G League better. And at the end of the day, this sucks because we end up putting it back on the most upper echelon men to trickle down their talents to the, I guess, the not as talented.
Yeah, Pastor. I was going to say that too.
Oh, let me hold on. 80s years.
Yeah.
Let me get Omac here because he got to bounce out, brother. Go ahead.
But now, this is what I'm going to say here is this. We as men need to stop supporting the double standard. We need to stop that. And the double standard is this. What business over 30 years has not made a profit and had not filed for bankruptcy? Because number one, you don't. We all know if you don't make a profit between 3 and 5 years, you're filing for bankruptcy. The fact is the WNBA has never made a profit. We need to stop letting this double standard be what it is. Come up with a product that makes profit. It's just that simple. And for that simple fact, most of us know we don't want to watch the WNBA because many of us probably could challenge them on the court itself. So we don't want to see that. So they need to do something differently. You have never made a profit. You need to do something different. If you can't do something different, shut it down and do something else. Is basically just that simple. And basically demanding the NBA to subsidize them more, to ask players to cut them more, to then demand that they want, they want airtime during the NBA finals. Come on, don't nobody want to watch them during the NBA. Come on. I mean, like they're demanding I'm like now they've even asked now that the proceeds from the broadcast, they want proceeds from the broadcast to come to the WNBA. In other words, we want the men to do all the work while our small little group of individuals who are not going to play as well can get paid. No, I'm not doing all. I'm saying I'm not banging my body up to pay for somebody else. No, I'm not. Oh man, the problem is when you talked about you're not going to pay to see a woman play basketball that you probably could D up or score on. That's the reason why we don't need to bring men or the thought of men playing female sports into the game. There's legislation against that very idea. That we don't need to picture ourselves going against them. We need to view what we see: woman playing against woman, and how good is that game? That's okay. Look, it's this: basketball was created by men, has been has been played by men for over 100+ years, and then women came along and then basically wanted to play. I'm sorry. This is a game that was designed and created by men, and the basic functions are going to always be there. So no matter whom the young woman may be, if she takes a jump shot, she's still going to get critiqued like a dude. I'm sorry. The simple fact here is this: the WNBA does not have a viable product. The viable product is still negative. It's 30 years. How long are you supposed to drag a dead carcass? How long are you supposed to drag that? It's 30 years. Any other business, and we all know this, any other business would have filed for bankruptcy 20+ years ago.
Yeah, just keeping it real. The ABA and the NBA both were able to turn in profit, marketable, and draw in large amounts of fan base, right? If they weren't doing that right now with a stellar upscale black athletes, do you think the NBA would be on television? It would not be. After 30
But
years,
the
it'd been
NBA
long
was
gone.
at risk as well because that's just why they stopped the Iverson effect when brothers was wearing the long tees and the gold chains because the NBA was losing its investment because people weren't going to invest in a league of thugs like it's not going to invest into a league of
They did the mandatory
yeah, exactly. So all I'm saying is the NBA changed its
dress code.
it changed its dress code, it changed its marketing. What the WNBA is doing right now, they're changing their sex code. Honestly, you don't just have to be a rainbow girl to play in the league, and they're letting regular girls play in the league and watch it open it up, right? This This 30 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I know, and I know they trying to evolve and all that, but ESPN is doing the NBA a disservice by having these certain black female analysts that's covering the NBA.
Yeah,
Malika Andrews.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's man, it's too much, man, and you know, and like you're. You know, the way she does her thing, she like points out all the negativity in a player. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about somebody accomplished something and then she'll bring up domestic violence or, you know, something in his past that happened 20 years ago. I mean, she's a trip.
That's the new control mechanism, right? That's the new control mechanism. It's smearing these guys, you know?
That she was given to promote. That's moving the goalpost. Like I know you're talking about, but that's a narrative, and that's moving the whole goalpost above the actual performance. Well, a lot of times when women are put in daggone position, they put in position behind what we as men want. The WNBA has been suffering because they try to let women run it. Now that they letting men run it and letting men put out a good product of natural heterosexual women that can actually play the game, it may go somewhere. I'm just saying, y'all say it's not. Let's give it a chance, right? I'm just saying it's 30 years. I'm just saying it's
30 years. OMAC, now, brother, you kind of see something that I saw, and I'm glad that you've seen that, right? I think the Bell brought it up. Has anyone else noticed that they're using our own women to try to control our influence? Everything kind of goes through them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though we're putting in the work, it's like they're the ones getting all the accolades for what we're putting in, right? They're the ones seem to be gaining the most from our success.
Right.
So that's very concerning. Like you said, Malika Andrews, I'm just going to say this. If you're going to sell out, don't sell out cheap. You know, make sure you make your bread, right? If you're going to sell us out, make sure you get all your money. But, you know, I've had this disagreement with sports commentating for years now. Sports analysts, our representation doesn't represent us as well as they should. Ryan Clark is one of my favorites of all time. I love Ryan Clark. But Stephen A., I don't watch Stephen A. as often as I used to. I think he's too, how do you say, he's trying to play both sides of the field, right? You know, you got guys on the show, you know, like Bart and them, they're just trying to get paid. So it's like our representation has been kind of, I mean, we have more of us, but it's like there's no true representation to speak on our behalf.
Well, you know, I just look at it. I think they did market what we were looking for because this year's NCAA women's tournament broke records because men shared it at a record level. Like, fantastic. Am I lying? But they shouldn't have had to, though. They shouldn't have had to.
Yeah, but it was the men's coverage and men getting involved. So again, the whole racial angle that popped this shit off was, you know, last year's championship, right? LSU versus Iowa, right? So what happened is I forget who the guy was, but some dude hopped on at Portnoy, right? The dude for fucking whatever sports thing hopped in and made it even worse. So now it brought out the you know what I'm saying, the black dudes to protect fucking old girl. After that, she went on an immediate fucking media campaign, bro. Angel Reese was on everything. After they won that fucking championship, bro, I have not seen this type of coverage in my lifetime for a fucking not WNBA, but for a women's title championship. A women's college player, bro. I have not seen. And then remember, fucking Dawn Staley had South Carolina had how many in a row? I don't know before that. But yet still remember, Asia Wilson Asia Wilson graduated within the last 4 years or so. Nobody did this shit with Asia Wilson. You feel what I'm saying? So this whole thing, man, it is completely totally done because men gave a fuck about the sport. Women still didn't. I would say at best, man, I would say of the Caitlyn Clark hype, 25% of it is women at the highest, and I'm being extremely gracious there. But I would still say is more so somewhere between 85-15 and 90-10 of men support as to why Caitlyn Clark is, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, like, listen, Pastor, like you're saying, great point. And I'm gonna answer ACC's I'm gonna answer SKC's question. Like you said, bro, a woman don't know what a fucking crossover is. A woman don't know what a pin down is. She don't know what a pick and roll is. She don't know what a back cut is. She don't know what a fucking, you know, a spread, you know what I'm saying, a spread offense. She don't know what a zone defense is. So even that concept, you see what I'm saying? If a woman is watching sports, she's usually watching it with a man, and she's doing it to appease him, to spend time with him. So without men, women's sports in itself just don't even fucking, you know what I mean? It's never going to get there. But yet still, like you said, it goes back to what Omac and the other brothers were saying. You can't tell me I'm not doing enough when I'm already doing every fucking thing. I'm already doing 90%. If men today say, hey, I'm not in response to all this bullshit, you know what? Fuck it. Women supported in WNBA from here on out, they will really lose money then.
Yeah.
If men say, hey, nah, we gonna let y'all got it, you know what I'm saying? For real, and left the shit alone, then they really be hurting because now you got like 1% of fucking, you know what I'm saying, your base.
Yeah.
I just don't see it working, man. Before Caitlyn, it was Sabrina Eskew, and she, you know, they tried to market her. Well, they are marketing her because she's marketable too. Remember, she's on insurance commercials and stuff like that. But it's just something you cannot market the masculinity of a woman.
Yeah, no.
It ain't gonna work.
But let me answer SKC's question. How is women's basketball profitable overseas? It's profitable overseas, SKC, because again, they go to sport, they treat sports events different, right? So for overseas, man, anything to where you can go and watch sports or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They do it, and they do it like in mass. So you got to think about it. Like even a fucking soccer stadium is like crazy in comparison to because it's a whole country. So when you play for these countries, it's like a country thing, and then of course sometimes it gets local, but it's like the whole my country versus, you know, countrymen versus their countrymen type shit. So the women play for a whole fucking country. That's why people don't understand about why when Yao Ming was in, bro, Yao Ming was hurt like the majority of his fucking thing, but Yao Ming yet and still was an all-star every year. Why? Because China got 1 billion people, and those people are going to support him regardless. So the way those people is profitable over there is because it's the same thing. Whenever you have your country playing for something, or your country team playing against a different country's team, everybody comes out to do it just for the concept of that you know what I'm saying, that competition.
The only sport that's bigger than basketball and soccer. Soccer's bigger than basketball, but the only sport that's bigger than soccer is probably cricket. And that's probably the only male-dominated sport that's the biggest of the world. But the next biggest sports of the world, for as soccer and basketball, they're kind of like unisex, man. Like girls can play soccer, and girls can play basketball. They might not can play baseball. They might not can play football, but they can definitely play basketball.
Nah, brother, I love some women's softball, bro. See, you know, it's nice little, yeah. I love some women's football. I like some women. I love some women's volleyball. I do like watching women do, you know, tangible athletic things from time to time. But
track and field is global.
Yeah. But
that's only every 4 years. So that's why most Olympic sports they're not really big on what's the name. I saw what's buddy name? The fucking world's best swimmer of all time.
Greg Louganis?
No, hell no.
Oh, you talking about Michael Phelps, yeah.
Michael Phelps. I saw Michael Phelps like a few months ago, and I totally forgot about him. If it's not Olympics, every time the Olympics come back up, they bring him up. And you know, this motherfucker's been dominant for over 18 years at this point, or some shit, like 16 years, either 12 to 16 years. He's been dominant, right? But yeah, man, those, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing, bro, you being an Olympic athlete, bro, it's just not something that, you know what I'm saying, track and field and swimming and all this other shit. It's extremely niche. So that's what so when you have these niche sports, man, yeah, that in itself.
I just don't see the product of WNBA improving. Even the NBA is watered down since Jordan left, since Kobe left, since a lot of the greats left. You know what I'm saying? These dudes don't even play full seasons no more. They half in civilian clothes, half in their uniform. And the thing is, with the WNBA, I just don't see the product, like girls averaging 30 and I just don't see it.
I think when you have a Steph Curry, James Harden, and young people, and brothers stepping back and shooting all these long threes, I think that did give I don't you think about women, their basketball is smaller and lighter, so they can so it looks like they're shooting a manly shot, but they shooting a girly shot from a long ways, and sometimes they hit it. And like, I'm just saying that I think they trying to I think the way that men have started playing the game of basketball has even opened up for women to be able to play the game a little bit more. The game is spread open, and they more shots, and there's more. You got centers taking three-pointers down.
Yeah, but again, outside again, think about it, right? So just outside of a buzzer beater, no one cares about a fucking jump shot, bro. You gotta have the crossover to come with it. You gotta make nigga damn near fall, or like you say, it's got to be like from so deep it's ridiculous. So the thing with that again is the women's ability to even create those. Bro, I don't even remember what the last WNBA highlight is, but the last WNBA highlight I seen was like a fucking reverse layup or some shit, bro. Like a fast break reverse layup, and they put that shit in the top 10 for who knows what reason. Just some ridiculous bullshit, right? So, bro, I'm not saying shut it down, but getting a better product what you already have. We're going to see it for I'll say a season, maybe a season and a half or whatever, right? And then after that, no one's gonna talk about the WNBA again. My bad. And eventually, I think eventually they're gonna just let that shit go, dog. They're gonna let it go because the NBA in itself has been having issues the last couple of seasons, in playoff and finals viewership. So if you in hey man, Denver's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? That's like there's some damn good basketball. You know what I'm saying that Denver plays, and trying to create a new rivalry or whatnot, what have you. I know last year was the Cinderella story for Miami, but all intents and purposes this year, it's no way I see nobody beating the Celtics, stopping the Celtics from getting to the finals. So yeah, man, it's just
they might combine it. They might have the women play a game. You know, you watch a fight, you have the undercard.
Yeah,
they might have the women play before they get rid of it. They may have the women play a WNBA game, and then the men have it play. Then the men play an NBA game right after it. Just to just start gathering and conjuring up numbers,
like varsity, junior varsity type shit.
Well, yeah, it's the high school setup. Yeah,
I think that'd be a problem though, because now you have for one, like the it wouldn't match up because you have teams complaining because there's a team in Vegas for the WNBA, there's no team in Vegas for the NBA, right? And some of these places have, you know what I'm saying, arenas and things. You feel what I'm saying? And still some way, somehow, you have to fucking include those costs. So now you're gonna bump up ticket prices, and a lot of people just be like, "No, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to pay extra to see the WNBA game. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean?" So I just don't see a way for them to make that into a better product, bro. Like I said, after 30 years, dog, if you hadn't got it figured out in 30 years, bro, year 31 or year 41 is not going to be the magic number to change it around.
They got a G League in Vegas.
Yeah, but then that wouldn't be like I said, the biggest way you getting return or getting people to go through it would be the pros, not the you know what I'm saying, not the G League.
Yeah.
And plus, you got to think too, right? I think the G League could be diminished greatly too due to NIL. If the NBA and the NFL are the top echelons, then right underneath that is going to be college going from here on out because of NIL money. So even then with the G League, I think that could be going away. At least not probably not go away, but diminish greatly over the next couple of years.
But how the NIL, man, how does that work from team to team? Like, I mean, I know the best players is going to get the most amount of money, but like, what about the bench players and stuff like that? I mean, how are they affected by NIL?
So
like, what do
NIL,
they get?
it has nothing to do with the team. The NIL is just your right to be able to monetize and market your profit from your own name and likeness. So pretty much, if the team has a jersey or something with your name on it and jersey sales, I guess you could get like revenue from that. But mostly it's like you doing individual deals with companies and corporations and things for yourself. So the schools still legally can't pay players, but I guess they can give the players opportunities with certain businesses and certain sponsors in order to get deals.
So pretty much, if you're a bench player, you kind of asked out.
Yeah, for the most part.
But they said Calipari just went to Arkansas, and they just gave him the most NIL money to recruit.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, so you'll be deals for recruiting. So again, it's still the opportunity. The person just has to be able to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, Obstacles, what's up with you, fam?
What's good? What's goody?
You got it.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, I think the brother was saying it earlier. You know, it's up to them just to perform better as a company. Most of the things you got to have is product, people, and process. And you know, I don't know. Have you ever watched UFC?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, think about, there was a bunch of women fighters in the UFC, but nobody really was kind of with it until Ronda Rousey came in, and then maybe Amanda Nunes, and then everybody was kind of watching a little bit, but guys kind of just like adjusted it. It was like, all right, Ronda Rousey's a character. They thought she was kind of a little bit hot or whatever. But once she kind of phased out, it kind of sizzled down a little bit in itself too. And I think that, you know, with just any kind of sports, you got to have good characters. You got to have those good people. And yes, you know, somebody could argue that the women can play, but I just don't think it does enough. And attempting to try to convince or shame or blame people into kind of, you know, wanting to buy tickets or wanting to give it the money that it needs to be a profitable business. They need to figure out a way, not us sit around and figure out for them. I think those women need to get active and figure out how they could be more appealing to the market and sell their goddamn product. But of course, you know.
You remember simultaneously with UFC, they had Conor McGregor at his heights with Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
So-
and it was a package, right? Like at that point, you was like, "Dang, I watched Ronda Rousey and the Olympic." I didn't even know Ronda Rousey, but you knew she was an Olympic gold medalist. Her mother was, so they did a lot of marketing, promotion behind her. Shorty was in movies fighting people like grown ass men in Need for Speed or Fast and Furious or something.
Best thing
So
for
I
the
think,
WNBA, man. Promote your hair, promote your wigs.
sell them at the stands and shit.
Yeah, man, listen. But yeah, man. Ultimately, like you said, this whole thing, you know, I think it's going to be false hopes. And if they're talking about, if there's any truth to Caitlyn Clark getting a 8-figure deal from Nike, that is just utterly ridiculous, and they're literally just burning money. There's going to be no female athlete, bro. I don't think Serena Williams even had an 8-figure deal with Nike, bro, for real. And I'm telling you, as impactful as she was, and just, you know, being iconic and all these different things and whatnot, and being a Nike athlete, I think her for the most part, her entire career, the majority of it, right, bro. Even Serena had her fucking shit sitting at Nike outlets, bro. Nobody was buying that shit. So what I'm telling you is, old girl's gonna be hot for maybe the first season or whatever. I know her jersey's already sold out and whatever, and the people from Iowa or whatever gonna support. But after that, bro, that shit's going to dip, and it's gonna dip extremely hard. I'm talking about like motherfucking cliff hard, bro. And
Yeah,
then
I don't know, bro. I think that this may be a market that may take off. Game of basketball was
Hey.
changing.
The game of basketball is more of a target game, more of a long shooter's game. If you look at if you look at this last year's 2024 All-Star weekend, they had a 3-point contest where they had me.
Yeah, the girl and Steph. What was the girl's name?
Sabrina Eskew.
Didn't you ask you? Yeah.
They had them shooting in the 3-point contest against each other. I don't know if this product is dying or if it's evolving to include them. Because like men are taking like basketball ain't that same in and out game it used to be, man. It's just not.
Yeah, but I don't think it comes down to the product in which it's selling. Again, like, come on. I mean, Nike didn't want to give Ye a good contract for his shoes and his deal, but because they were like, yo, you're not an athlete. So basically they were kind of like, we don't do that. Then he came in, but it was Ye, he created the marketing, the culture behind it, and then it just went forward from there. And I think thinking about come on, you trying to pull up with a shoe from a shorty and be like, yeah, man, I got her shoes on. I'm out here and I'm lit. Like, I don't know. It's going to take really probably women.
Not gonna happen. That's what I'm saying. Not gonna happen,
It would
bro.
take. Exactly. Like, yo, look at me, homie. But it would take women to kind of be like, okay, hey, I want to rock these cool sneakers. And then women would have to take that kind of, lead on that. And then possibly, then it could make money and sell for sure.
No, Drizzle will put on them Caitlyn Clark ones.
Bullshit.
Drizzle gonna put on them Caitlyn Clark ones.
Yeah, the white boy version will. Ain't no niggas. Listen, bro. One thing you'll never ever see me doing is buying a white woman's basketball shoe, brother. Never. Ever in life.
Hey, brothers, I'm gonna drop too. Thank you, fantastic, for letting me out, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna get up out of here too, man. Hey, man, peace out to all y'all, man.
Hey, what's up, man? Y'all niggas know me, man. 3-hour mark, bro. I appreciate y'all, because hey, I'll definitely shut this motherfucker down, man. Listen, on a Sunday too, I got a little bit more time. What's name just got destroyed. It should be a game on. I'll watch, see what game it is. Should be Milwaukee and what's name tonight? I think Milwaukee and who is it? Who's Milwaukee playing? But either way, yeah. I'm gonna get up off of here, man, and watch me some basketball on my damn self. And hey, I greatly appreciate y'all pull up on me. Make sure y'all subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's that on that one. I catch y'all on the next one, man. Holla. I'm out.